Yeah, I was having some issues too again. I could have swore I started this stream. It did not come up.
Hey, Tona, you made this? Hey, Tona,
Same stuff, nigga, I've been running. No, I got been working. Yeah, like you know my boss better. Stop hitting me like I bet I'm gonna keep that like crack a bit. So that know I'm more. And now this nigga want my boss better. So that you know it's conventional. I live and work in my bro. No, they just know I got a vision. Y'all don't know. Nothing got for me. And that's just the thing. I'm a politician. I can carry it way, never dealt with the opposition. My homie trying to feed the case when he had a pocket piss. I'm trying to count on bird, but he call it for luck and pitches. And I can never chase when they know that's some different rich. I'm trying to feed the case when he had a pocket piss. I'm trying to count on bird, but he call it for luck and pitches. And I can never chase when they know like just no wine. It's just that plan, it's that plan. Trying to figure out what it gets to. Just know I can make it. It's just that plan. Trying to figure out what to get lit at. You just know I ain't with that chit chat. I'm on the road, cause just that plan and it's that get back.
time for another video.
Money, money, I love that money, money,
Lucas.
money, 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 I love that money, 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 money,
Lucas.
you don't really want to play, money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you be talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. You don't know what be the one that's really talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what you say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. Money, 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 make me feel more. Never talk about it if you never had to go. You don't know what to say. Stay about it my way. Money, 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 make me shut them off. Pay what you do this boy, boy, hit me in the call. Stay in bounds, you big boy, you can grind for. A lot of niggas be fed. We can really got paid. We ain't got it every morning, niggas think you pounds and you pivot boy if you go. Swearing on my God, money got me crying. They living the lie, looking to my they like same price. We ain't got it every morning, niggas multiply. Even on the rise, if you got the wings, you gon' let it fly. Money, 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 something. Day in my life, I take me a different route. Years on my place, years on my place. You can get it erased, what you talking about. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. You don't really want to play, you don't know what to say. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. Really know what you are, you been talking about. You don't know what you been on. Money, 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 money. play. You don't know what to say. It's money, 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 money. That's what I'm talking about. You never cross these borders. I'm whipping it up, pouring rain seat. I swear that I'm cooking these orders. Don't talk about me, you better just hope that you can just really afford it. I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm calling, so I come in the morning. They talk about it, then I gotta ignore it. Bitches be quartering, so independent, my money be corporate. This shit, nigga, corporate. You hate me, and I'm always gonna adore it. I'm smoking that score. She always going to let me so independent, my money be corporate. You don't talk about me, I ain't calling it. I'm always gonna adore it. If niggas talk about me, then I'm gone it. You know that I'm gone it. Take trips, profit, all day, all whites, keep 3 stacks, like a contract. Get it, I get it, I get it, I get it, man. And you can never ever get it. And what you do, if you money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. No, I won't be the one who really know what you been talking about. You don't really want to play. You don't really want to know what to say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. Money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. And I don't want to be the one who always really talk about. And you don't really want to play. You don't know what to say. Cause money, 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 money,
I can do it. I ain't do it.
I put my hands up.
Did a female get you choked up while you came on her ass? For a nasty text or something like that?
Picture got me choked up.
Oh, for real?
The picture?
Oh, man.
The picture. Let me see.
Was it a full
No.
We need to get it together.
What's going on? What's going on at the bar radio? You know, it's me. I'm 151. Got CP3 and Lady Antoinette in the building with me.
Hey.
Yo, yo.
Oh, man. This nigga was about to change on that.
You
We got
know
a special guest in the building. He won't be on the mic, though, but we got Taylor in the building.
being a pest as usual.
Well, at least we hope he not
radio. You know, it's me. I'm 151.
Well, him, you never know. He might end up on the table. Who knows?
You know what? I guess he get it from his owner.
I know, man. He's such an asshole.
We got a special guest in the building. He won't be on the mic, though, but we got Taylor
Yeah,
in the
that's
building.
forgive me. I don't. So
He was trying. Taylor was trying to y'all.
I don't know where you get that shit from. I rub your feet, but I ain't licking them up.
So it took a little long for us to get on. I guess I'll probably be calling in at like 6. You want to do a quick recap now, or do you want to wait till after the guests call in towards the end of the show?
Do a quick recap. Don't want to dwell on it too long.
Get it out the way.
Yeah, I did my post game. We're gonna talk deeply about it tomorrow on Sports on the Hill. But yeah, because there was some things that disturbed me about some of the things I saw on defense.
Understood.
The offense, once Heineke or the Washington football team lost to the Chargers 20-16, I thought this game would be a victory for the Washington football team, being the Chargers had a new coach and didn't play their starters for any of the preseason. But they had a great game plan. They had a young quarterback, offensive rookie of the year, was throwing the ball, quick throws to negate the pass rush of the Washington football team. Del Rio was calling a lot of zone and wasn't blitzing. And Keenan Allen made the Washington football team pay. He would find a spot in the zone and sit down in it and do his thing. So I haven't had a chance to watch the post-game press conferences by the coach and the defensive coordinator, but I will probably tonight or tomorrow, and we'll, like I say, talk about it more. Tomorrow night, might have Big Hurt or Dujane on. I got to reach out. They might be on, give their synopsis of the game also. But if not, I'll break it down. We'll also cover the last 2 weeks of the Nats, which really don't make the show any better because they really haven't been playing well. I actually watched the game, the last couple of games against Pittsburgh, and they were disheartened. And I believe they won today to avoid the sweep to Pittsburgh, a team they normally handle. But, you know, this is a different team. They're rebuilding. There's been some sloppy baseball and some bad pitching has been the result of what's been going on with the Nats. But, you know, got to rebuild back up. We don't have Max is in Strasburg. He's on the IL. So, you know, we're using what we got. And unfortunately, it hasn't turned out the way we would like. But also we'll probably break down what's upcoming for the Nats going into this off season. Maybe not this week, but upcoming because pretty much baseball season's over for the Nats.
Yeah,
But the
pretty
Mystics
much.
are doing pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah, the Mystics just won today. I believe their game just ended. They defeated the Chicago Sky 79-71. They've been having an up and down season. They're third in the East currently, sitting at 11-18. We haven't really had a chance to cover them like we normally do. I'm going to try to get some time. Maybe we'll talk about them tomorrow night also. I think we only covered them maybe twice since the season started. So my apologies to the WNBA fans, but we will get back on that coverage. And it's kind of rough. We were looking forward to a victory Monday, but now we got a lot of Washington football team fans is already going into self-destruct mode. And
They can't do it this early.
it's already, but
Can't do it this early, y'all.
I'm going to remind all of y'all, it's early in the season. And if I post something that you don't like, that's cool. You can have a different opinion of mine. That's cool. But don't come for me on my post. You know that's not going to turn out well for you because you know I will go live and tag you in it and go in on you and make it go viral. So just don't do it, please. It's too early in the season to be going, it's just too early. I'm not going to name any names right now.
So
Look at you. That's growth.
that is.
It's week
that's
one.
That's growth.
Now, if it was week 6, it might be a southern little
Oh,
bit.
my
It's week
goodness.
1, so it's just it's too early, y'all. Football is a work in progress.
So there was some other sports that happened last night. Evander Holyfield got knocked the fuck out.
Did we expect anything else?
58 years old, and he took the De La Hoya was actually supposed to fight.
But he got COVID.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then the last man replacement was Holyfield.
Why? I don't know. I don't know who made that decision.
And then they had to move the venue because California would not give Holyfield clearance. And obviously,
They shouldn't have.
Vitor Belfort, he's a former heavyweight champion in UFC, and he was nice with his hands. He used to be a clip of him, basically beating the nigga from one end of the cage all the way to the other. Yeah. That's what he's famous for. And he there was wrestlers and stuff, but he was famous for doing that whole era where people were getting knocked out, and the Chuck Liddells and stuff. That's where he's from. That's the era he's from.
It don't matter exactly how his hands are to me in this situation. I feel like
I mean, you're fighting a dude 58.
it was mismatched, and that's not right. I did not want to. I'm a fan of boxing. I'm a fan of MMA. I did not watch the fight on purpose. I already knew what it was gonna happen.
However, though, Anderson Silva, we talk about the spider.
Go ahead.
We talk about how when he did the TOTs. I saw the picture.
He said I saw the picture.
He looked like he was in jail. He was about to get anally raped. Like that nigga was sleeping.
However, though, Anderson Silva, can we talk about the
I
spider?
feel like
Can we talk about
this
how
day and
when he
age,
did DOT,
you can't set yourself up for certain things.
he looked like
'Cause
he
you
was in
gonna
jail.
go
He probably
viral.
was anally raped. Like,
Tito was feeling himself because he beat up an Asian Chuck Liddell. He forgot about the time that Chuck Liddell beat his ass,
Yeah.
and when they were in their prime. And Tito was feeling himself, and Tito knows how to sell a fight. He's very entertaining. However,
Tito was feeling
he is
himself
overly
because
hyped. Like, I remember when Randy
beat
Couture whooped that
Chuck
nigga's
Liddell. He
ass.
forgot about the time that Chuck Liddell beat his
And
ass.
actually slapped him on his ass and be
When they were
like,
in
you're
their
a kid.
prime. And Tito was feeling himself.
But this
and
is sparking a lot of
Tito
debates
knows how to
about
sell a fight. He's very
these
entertaining.
exhibition.
However, he
fights.
is overly hyped. Like, I remember when
we
Randy
know
Couture
that
whooped that nigga's ass.
there are
And
two
when he
brothers in
actually slapped him
particular
on the
that
ass and be
have
like, "You're a kid."
taken the boxing
And
sport by storm,
Yeah.
whether you feel it's good or bad. But the question is, for them, should they go up against an actual boxer, somebody who is legit?
So,
If they get sanctioned, they could pass the physical and their license.
well, two
More power to
people,
them.
I don't think they should. They're gonna get destroyed.
two of the winners, because, one of the brothers beat a former MMA fighter.
Yeah.
But notice you said former. But go ahead.
so
But so what's the name? Bellator. What's the name? He's a former champion, and he wants one of the brothers. And the Silver wants the other brother.
That's the problem.
And those dudes can legitimately box though.
And I think that that's going to be a problem, and I feel like that
So
it shouldn't be done.
what's
It
the
shouldn't
name?
be.
Bellator,
It's certain
what's the
things that
name?
you just kind of like,
He's
you
a
know,
former champion, and he
like,
wants one of the
like.
brothers.
So lady answer that.
Anderson
They need to be
Silva
humble.
wants
They're
the other
grown.
brother.
They
You're
decide to get it. I mean, like
And
I
those
said
dudes-
Well, okay,
before,
so last
they've
time we
been
got a
boxing.
50. You're in your 50s, bro.
He's broke. He got 8 kids.
Doodle.
Holyfield.
He ain't broke.
He is broke. He sold his mansion in Georgia. He is broke. Child support is kicking his ass.
Well, we should invest in 8 different condoms.
He believed in God and he didn't believe in condoms. That motherfucker thought that it was just going to be immaculately conceived.
Anyways. I ain't-
Exactly. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, he got knocked
But my
out.
thing is that there are certain fights when you hear about it, you already know it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, real quick out. Shout out, and this is what I love about the artists that do this. Salute to Vega Villain. Even after his interview, still supporting the show.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yes, indeed.
So salute to him.
Oh,
But
we'll
yeah,
find
it's
out. Shout out. This is why I love about this artist that do this.
There's
Salute to
certain
Vega Villain.
sports, it's like,
Even
come on
after his
now.
interview,
That's a
still
bad idea.
supporting
Like
the
like
show.
that fake.
What's going
Y'all heard
on?
about the fake high school football team?
Now, yeah, I've seen some stories about it that got on ESPN and wasn't even really a team and shit. Some I haven't done, but like I said, I haven't watched ESPN
It's
since.
horrible.
I mean, ESPN is like the BET of sports now.
Right, but what I'm saying is the whole issue with that is that these people lied to get to that point, and they were up against somebody who destroyed them.
Yeah, they just wanted to get on ESPN.
But
And
sometimes
ESPN
that's a
fell
bad
for it.
thing. Like somebody really could have got hurt. Because
got paid.
they're thinking they're up against a certain caliber of team, and they weren't.
Yeah.
So they were playing hard.
Yeah, that's what happens in football. You know, the better team's going to win.
And
They
well,
jumped
I
out
mean,
there.
it's not even about the better team was going to win. This was like the NFL playing a regular high school football team, because the team that lied, they wasn't even at a regular high school caliber. They wasn't really a high school team anyway.
Pretty much.
So these dudes ran over them. It was embarrassing.
But you don't ask for that work if you don't want. If you don't
You're
want that.
absolutely correct. But some people, like we see in so many different aspects of sports, keep asking for that work. And I'm like, somebody's gonna get hurt really bad.
Well, I mean,
You know what? Here's the thing.
But
You remember
don't ask
there was
for
a
that work.
video when before Mike Tyson did the celebrity joint. But it was a video of Mike Tyson training, and you saw his speed, right?
Yeah.
At 50-something years old.
Mhm.
There's no way I'm going to say, yo, Mike, let's slap box. I don't want that type of work.
You know what? But
I know from when he was at WrestleMania and he pulled the punch, and he didn't even really mean to hit Shawn Michaels. First of all, the speed of that punch that's not the camera. That's fucking Mike Tyson's punch. And Shawn Michaels said he tapped me and he broke my jaw.
I know.
He said he legit
from
not
when he was at
a pull
WrestleMania.
punch.
But here's the thing.
And he
Not
knew
every
he
man
hit
that's
Shawn
Mike
Michaels.
Tyson's
First
age
of all, the speed
is
of
gonna
that
hit
punch
like
that's not
That's
the
true,
camera.
but
that's
fucking
that's
Mike
not the
Tyson's
norm.
punch. And
that's
he-
true.
and
We
Shawn
talking
Michaels said
about
he tapped me and
people
he
who
broke my
fit in
jaw.
the norm
He said he legit-
category.
A pull
Evander is
punch.
almost 60 years old. Why was he doing what he was doing?
That's true, but that-
According to
you need the money.
And my thing is,
It should be grown.
for people,
He got 8 of them. He still got some little young crumb snatchers out there.
but hold on, but for people to pay, I would be so mad.
So there's some folks, like you say, don't like him, wanted to see him get knocked out. So that's what they tuned
I would
in.
have paid to see him get knocked out.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either. I wouldn't have paid to see him get knocked out.
I'm not paying my money.
I'll wait to see it
I
on
would-
YouTube.
Imagine if
So
you
let me-
bought the tickets to this fight, right? And you thought that the fight was going to be between this man and this man, right? Then this man get COVID. And so they replaced this man with who? Nah, I would have been
So let me just
furious.
I'm gonna tell you like this, though. My mom was a big,
So
my mom loved Mike Tyson, and you know we from New York, but then she got on a religious kick, and then she loved Holyfield.
Right.
So I really wanted to see Mike Tyson knock the fuck out of Holyfield.
Did you want him to bite his
I'm
ear?
gonna tell you like this, though.
Holyfield's a dirty
My
fighter.
mom was a big.
He headbutts, we know.
And when I watched it, and when after I thought Mike was crazy,
He is
but
crazy
then
though.
he is. But when I actually watched the tape and they showed it, Holyfield did.
He headbutted him.
knock the
he knew how to trigger Mike Tyson.
He
He knew
which
how to
buttons
trigger him
press, yeah.
to make him not fight the way that Mike should be fighting. And he's smart with his third. And I've been waiting for a long time for niggas to really just whoop that ass.
So you were fine with him biting his ear off.
So
I feel like that's a little crazy.
I wasn't fine with him.
I
he
on that
deserved
one,
it.
I didn't. My thing was Tyson had a theory behind me because Holy. If you watch boxing, Holyfield, he leads with his head when he comes in the head, and
He does
one
that a lot.
of the side effects of steroid use is your mass in your head becomes thicker and stronger and more deadly. So Tyson kept on leading in with his head, and the ref wouldn't call shit.
Right.
So Mike snapped and did what he did to bite his head. I mean, you got gloves on, you can't really hurt a motherfucker. Pull a blade out and stab him like fucking best thing. I'm gonna bite this nigga.
I was fine with that.
You gotta be off to bite a man's flesh off.
So,
Be real, okay?
yeah, but I'm fine.
I was in shock, but I was like,
I was like, baby.
I was like, oh damn. Yeah, I was like, damn. Then he tried to do it again. I was like, oh.
Alright, that's just.
So
We picked a piece of it off.
I was
and
fine with
had
that. I was fine with this ass what we took too.
What, Holyfield?
Yeah.
Now, see, this is different, though. I feel like this, first of all, it's stupid of him. And anybody on his team to agree to it. But I would have been really angry. I would have been really angry if I thought that I was going to see two men fight and then one catches COVID. Okay, we can't control that. And they replace him with Holyfield. I would have been furious.
See, all I'm thinking about now is that meme with the piece of his ear, but he couldn't get the mask on. He's like, thanks, Mike Tyson. That's all I can think of.
Shout out to DJ Nasty Nice. He has a new mixtape out.
All right.
The $1 Million Project. Renegade has like 2 songs on that joint.
Okay, that's what's up.
I gotta send him some exclusive shit that only I really have. But shout out to him. Contact DJ. He actually has physical copies. He sells them for like $10. Contact him. It's a great project. Great different artists on there. A lot of artists that actually been playing at the bar. Erica Brown is on there. Backpack Leeches is on there. Baby Villain, I believe, is on there as well. So definitely salute him. DJ Nasty Nice. Oh, and salute to DJ Nasty Nice for being a real DJ. Cause now I gotta go into this shit that I witnessed yesterday. Salute to my man DJ Grip. Always come prepared.
Yes.
So DJ Grip was at a show yesterday.
So definitely salute him. DJ Nasty Nice.
35 tracks, yes, 35 tracks.
DJ Nasty Nice
Okay.
for being a real
that's a lot.
DJ.
That's a whole lot.
That's a whole lot. So DJ Grip was at a show. He was doing his thing. He was spinning. Another DJ showed up, and all he showed up with was his laptop. And he couldn't perform. He wanted to use DJ Grip's equipment, and
That's a lot.
Grip was like, nah.
That's a whole lot.
If you go on the war, you ain't got a gun. What the fuck are you doing?
He was spinning. Another DJ showed up, and all he showed up.
I'm not gonna give you my gun to shoot and me be defensive.
And he
So, I salute to people like Nasty Nice. I salute to people like Grip that really DJ. And there was another DJ that came later, and all he did was just play song after song. He didn't mix. Like I seen Nasty Nice at the Coalition DJ event. He set the bar that made everybody step their fucking game up that night. Like I see, like fucking Grip was mixing at my nephew's party.
Yeah.
You know,
But like I told her, that's a lost,
He didn't mix.
a lost thing right there. Like that talent. I feel like people are losing it.
it's true because the DJ is an art form.
Yeah.
Just because you got a fucking MacBook and a controller don't make you a DJ.
And a playlist.
Yes, and a playlist. Nigga, holding a gun don't make you a shooter if you ain't never fired a bullet. And that's the problem with these motherfuckers. They calling themselves that and they don't even know the fucking art. And I know people that know the art, so then it just pisses me off when I see these weak motherfuckers calling themselves this.
Yes, and a playlist. Nigga, holding a gun don't make you a shooter.
You know,
you ain't
but
never
definitely we
fired a
want to salute. You know, I had to get on my soapbox for a minute. So I definitely want to salute Nasty Nice. You know, we gotta get you back on the show. Y'all want you to come down here and actually, we can sit down at the table up and you DJ and show these motherfuckers what real work look
We
like.
gonna have a whole fire party.
Hell yeah, but he, you know, and truthfully, tap in with me, people, because he think he's the coalition DJ. He plays, he does a show every night. He has over Don't get it twisted with Facebook. He has over 1 million. He got Trap City Radio. He has over 1 million listeners. But you gotta tap in. Your shit gotta be good too. Your shit ain't garbage. We ain't gonna send it to him.
Coalition DJ.
We like, nah, we ain't
Send the man. Send the man.
But I mean, real talk. Shout out to the good DJs out there. And DJ Nasty Nice, he'll tag me in something in a heartbeat. Like, hey, come look at this, and I do. I check it out. Like, y'all know you gotta get on that. You gotta network.
Yeah, definitely. We got some pouches too. We got Tiana Tasty left us some pouches.
Yeah. Thanks, Tiana Tasty.
Yeah.
So salute to that. So,
yeah.
I hope CP3 got his own.
Me too.
Because he always trying to steal mine.
I got my taser today.
Where your taser at though?
Right here on my.
So you was gonna take
Is it on your
She always got a knife, man.
If you got a taser, then I mean I gotta have a knife or something.
But I didn't have a taser before, but you always had the knife. I'm just trying to even the fight over here. Shit.
Were you going taser for a pouch?
Yeah, he probably
If it's only two, we might have to have a
Taylor
battle.
gonna get you. I think he got my back today.
Taser boy. His birthday coming up. He can get his birthday tase.
So speaking of dogs and abuse,
Right.
we'll segue into Jaheim.
Right, I Jaheim.
Sing for Jaheim, baby.
You know, apparently he put that woman first, but he didn't do nothing right by his dogs.
He ain't put himself first either. He been looking real bad lately. Him and the dogs don't have no food. What's going on? But real talk, I'm not trying. This sounds so mean, but like he look like he on that stuff.
You know, apparently.
And let's be real, a crackhead is not gonna take good care of a dog.
I mean, he is from Jersey.
I don't know if he was breeding them or something.
I don't know what he was trying to do, but it wasn't a good situation.
I mean, he is from Jersey.
It was a lot of animals.
He throwing shade.
I'm just saying, that's what they do. They sniff.
I've been to Jersey, but goodness.
I mean, when you go to because they don't have bars, they have like basement club, basement. That's what I'm saying. When you go in there and folks sit at the bar right there, they don't even go to the bathroom. They just sit right there at the bar. Yeah, did you see that game? Like I said, it wasn't this like the base.
I've never been to one of these situations in Jersey. I've been to Jersey many times.
DJ Nasty Night, if you come down here, you're not allowed to hang with
Right.
Cause you got some wild shit going on that you can't have your party.
That North Philly.
Right.
It was in South Jersey.
No, you told us before it was Philly.
North Philly, okay.
So look at
But
you.
we had, but we had some crazy shit happen in South Jersey too.
I'm sure you have, but here's the thing: you have crazy stuff happening everywhere. You can't blame the area. I think that the common denominator is you.
Nah, Jersey crazy.
Nah, it's you.
like Patterson.
Yeah, hello.
Exactly.
So
I know Patterson.
Yeah, me too. That shit crazy.
So I didn't get to hear the song. But you had heard the song that Drake. I don't understand how does Drake lead a Kanye song?
Because someone in Kanye's team gave up this Drake. I mean, gave Drake this track.
So I don't
and
hear the song. But
it starts off really strong. I mean, you got Andre 3000, you got 3 Stacks on it. Come on, we ain't heard from him in forever, right?
And he actually spoke out about it.
Right, and he did. He spoke out about the track itself because it was pulled. So that was the thing. And personally, I feel like it was pulled for so many reasons. Number one, Kanye is not gonna he's not Drake. Drake will put somebody on his song and they outshine him, and Drake will still put it on his album. Kanye's not gonna do that. Andre outshined Kanye in this song. That's number one. And then the verses were mismatched. It was like they were on 2 totally different songs.
Yeah, one nigga doing revenge, the other was talking about some real shit.
So in Andre's verse, I mean, it was real good. You know, the album is Donda, that's Kanye's mom, and Andre in this particular song was talking to Donda West, asking her to pass on a message to his parents that are gone. So it was real deep. It was classic Andre. So I was really proud to hear it. And then here comes Kanye. I was like, we got this over here, positive, right? That's like heart-wrenching, like, oh man, you know. And then you got Kanye talking trash about, he was talking about Drake. And I remember I remember like it was like an announcement that was made that he wasn't going to diss Drake on the album and blah blah blah. So the song was pulled already. So technically no, but it was the intent was there. He was he was bashing Drake. Then Kanye starts singing, and we've heard Kanye sing before and it was bad. So he kind of started singing, it was already bad, and then he went into some weird thing. I am not trying to be funny. He sounded like he was having some type of medical emergency in the song. You guys have to listen to the song, but it sounded like he was having some type of medical emergency in the song. It did not sound pleasant. And then he ended it with the audio from a video that we have seen of DMX and his daughter on the roller coaster. And he's like, I got you, baby. Daddy not gonna let you go. So it ended really strong. It started strong with Andre.
And it lost the way.
It went completely wrong. Like it was a hot burning mess. And then it ended with DMX.
So DJ Nasty Nice said he wants to send me he got a new song he wanted to send in.
Okay.
So
And it lost the way.
so I'm definitely gonna check it out. I'm definitely gonna check it out. So if you have a choice between Certified Lover Boy and Donda, go get Nas King's Disease Cure, or go get the $1 Million Project.
Don't get either one. And matter of fact,
go get the $1 Million Project with DJ Nasty Nice.
there you go. And then you have
35 tracks of no
what's
bullshit.
Kendrick Smoke has a name that just came out with something.
Donda.
I can't remember his name, but real talk, I heard the first song.
Go
That
get the
was
$1 Million Project.
I was feeling it. And Kendrick actually threw shade at everybody.
Oh, that's great.
And they're not going to say anything back because Kendrick was, oh my God. I'm gonna pull that up because y'all gotta. Kendrick was just like, he was coming for everybody's throat. And nobody said anything in return.
Well, you know, the funny thing is with Kendrick and like J. Cole say something, people gear up, but they don't want to do it that way.
Baby King. That's his cousin.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out. Oh, and AZ Do or Die 2 just dropped.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
Well, you know, the funny thing is with Kendrick and like
Nigga,
J. Cole say
Do or
something,
Die was my shit.
gear up,
AZ,
they don't
one of the most
want to
underrated lyricists in the game. Do or Die.
Mhm.
AZ. Real talk.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
But this is so check Kendrick and his cousin out, Baby King. Check out Nas. There's still some real
There's some good music.
hip
Check
hop.
out. Yo, check out DJ Nasty Nice. He's on the live.
Yep.
Tap in with him. He just did
Immediately.
$1 Million Project. 35 tracks of the hottest indie artists out. Some of these niggas, a lot of these niggas is ridiculous. I know because Renegades are not going. I wouldn't be stamping this shit if I thought it was some bullshit. Like on some realness.
$1 Million Project.
Definitely tap in because I think you'll probably y'all need to pressure this nigga to do a volume 2. Like real talk.
I know.
And this nigga is serious.
I wouldn't be stamping this
That
shit.
nigga up like y'all want to get my shit on it. Oh, but it's it's also support the project. It's $10 for a copy. Definitely do that.
He'll probably need, if y'all need to
Ain't
pressure
much,
this nigga to do a volume
some of y'all niggas spend $10 on weed all day long. So I know you can support this.
Get that nigga up, like,
I'm about to say.
oh, but you can also
That's
support the
barely a
project.
J, man.
I'm sorry.
Gotta know the currency value now.
Right.
Okay, my bad.
I don't
Inflation is
smoke, but I know it's more than $10.
inflation is a motherfucker.
Right. Yeah,
Shit.
you double that, then that's like the minimum. But yeah, I mean, I will say that there is still hope for hip hop.
Okay, my bad.
Unfortunately, like last week we were talking about Kanye and Drake. It was the trash. There is hope. Since this past week, I've come across so many things that kind of made me feel a little more comfortable.
So, unfortunately, I got some bad news. So, unfortunately, rapper Pop Smoke great site was vandalized.
Yeah, did you get that? I sent that over.
Yeah.
That's so disrespectful.
Disrespectful. Like, I don't even understand that. Like, let that man rest in peace.
They pulled the
Unfortunately, I got some bad
casket.
news.
Yeah.
Like,
So unfortunately,
bruh, what
rapper
kind of
Pop Smoke
what
great site
mess
was,
are you on when you
vandalized.
go? This man is gone. He's not a threat to you.
Yeah.
He's not disrespecting you. This man is gone, and he can't even his body can't even rest in the grave. Like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
And then on some other sad news, well, not sad news. But Nicki Minaj's husband, pleaded guilty, and he can actually face up to 10 years because basically when he moved to California, he didn't register as of being a registered sex offender.
Right.
So he can actually wind up going back to jail in 17 years.
And
Yeah.
he can
Right.
actually face up
But
to,
for me, I feel like this is, you know
basically
this.
when he moved to California,
You know this. I don't
didn't,
understand
registered as
how
a registered sex offender.
this was
So he can
done,
actually
and he
wind
acted
up,
as if he didn't know.
going back to jail in 17
When
years.
you
Like,
were sentenced, the first time you had to register as a sex offender, they tell you these things. I'm confused as to how he put himself in this situation. So it is sad because they have a kid, and this kid is gonna have he's dealing with possibly not being in his kid's life all this time. But at the same time, you can't feel sorry for him under these circumstances because you already knew what it was, and you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
I got some breaking news on the sports front. Looks like Ryan Fitzpatrick will be out for a couple of weeks with the hip subluxation, whatever that is. I don't know. I found out more, but that's what just came across. So it looks like Taylor Heineke will be starting for the next couple of weeks, which
Your
will,
dog Taylor's gonna start?
hey, man, if he can get that check.
But I
hey.
mean, Taylor at the end of last year, had some good moves.
Oh yeah, he definitely had a good game in that wild card game and looked good today, coming in off the bench. But now that you're the starter, teams are going to game plan for you. So now it's a whole nother aspect
Right.
of was he just good because they didn't know who he was? Now that they have film on him, and now they're going to prepare for him. Is he still going to be able to play at that same level now that teams know who he is? The game he played today, besides that first possession that he got when he came in for Fitzpatrick, to me he played pretty well. Like I said, that fumble by Gibson I feel like was the determining factor. It's from the momentum. But for the most part, he had a good game. I've already went over his numbers in the post game. It was like 11 for 15, 122 yards, touchdown, no interceptions, with a $115 quarterback rating. But yeah, with they didn't really look in sync on offense. He had a moving the ball, but as we talked about previously, they need touchdowns. So,
Yeah.
but that's just some breaking news. We'll talk about that more tomorrow night on Sports in the Hill also. And also next Sunday, my sister's birthday is on the 20th.
All right.
She's having a brunch at the what's the name of it? The Blackwell Hitch.
Blackwell Hitch.
Yeah, I
in
heard that.
Alexandria.
Yeah, I heard they're pretty good.
They
So
are.
if you guys want to go, let me know. I'll let her know because I'm gonna probably partake and step out to the brunch and
Of
see what
course
they
you
have.
would.
So next Sunday we will not be having a show. I got canceled for Chef Rock because Renegade does have a performance at the event. So we can always broadcast there if we need to. But
so
it'll be
next
performing.
Sunday we will not be having a
So
show.
I mean, it starts at 3, but
Renegade does have a
being that Black people thrown this, so it'll start at 3, but we'll start at 4.
Five-ish.
We can always broadcast there if we need to.
But yeah,
But he'll be performing.
happy birthday, sis.
So I mean, it starts at
And
3,
her
but
brunch.
being
She
that
get her
Black
Victor
people
watch.
on this, so it'll start at 3, but we'll
And I'm in there going to go buy 3 or 4 other ones. And she's actually doing something at the club on Friday. I might
Oh,
go
cool.
out there. Yeah, it's what's the name of it?
Trying to
Fried-
find out future Mrs. CP3.
Called Ozio's.
Oh yeah, that's a cigar bar. Up M Street.
Oh, yeah, M Street.
Yeah, it's not.
Trying to
It's
find
not
out
going.
future Mrs. CP3.
If she
But wait.
smoke on a cigar the right way.
Hold on, y'all notice that every time you say something, I'm like, oh yeah, that,
I know you done
I hope
already
y'all don't
been.
judge me.
That's why I'm running it by you. I know you done already been there, or you know
yeah,
somebody that
OCS
been there.
is what's up. I haven't been in a while. I haven't been to either place in a while, but both are really nice establishments. Blackwell Hitch is on the water, so.
So also, I guess DJ Nasty Nice has another take for Hood Famous Part 2 coming out as well.
All right, Look at him. He pumping out all this
And
stuff.
that's nice. I put my email address in there, so we're gonna send the song from the song. We're waiting on new champ Money B to call in. We interviewed him a while ago when he was doing the cha-cha joint. He actually played some of his songs. I was introduced to him through Alexa from Limelight Management.
And that's nice. I put my email address in there, so
That's why we network. That's why, you know, shout out to them.
Champ Money B to call
That's why we
in.
network.
We interviewed him a while ago when he was doing the cha-cha joint. He actually
It
played
looks like the
some of his songs. I was introduced.
Yeah,
to
they
him,
up. They had a great game in the playoffs last year. Kansas City won. But the Browns are definitely turning around, trying to get to a
They
championship.
need to, 'cause,
I mean, they're playing some good ball. I was I got
historically,
Landry on my bench. I'm
You
mad
just
about
sent me
that.
the song. I'm about to play it real quick as we wait for Champ Money B to Champ B to call.
Yeah.
I'm not saying your whole name. If your whole name is longer than my real name, it's a problem.
It's a pimp named Slickback.
Oh, here we go.
Gotta say the whole thing.
You know what? You know what, CP3? I'm not doing it.
Gotta say the whole thing.
I'm not dealing with you.
At all.
If your whole name is longer than my real name, it's a problem.
It's not Mr. Slickback. It's not Mr. Pimp. It's a pimp named Slickback.
You know what, CP3? I'm not dealing with you. I'm not dealing with you. At all. You are.
New music right here.
Come on.
You know what? I love what you I said the rock joint to it. The beat was banging. I like the joint. Honestly. If I didn't have to tell you.
It was definitely different vibe, different
I
feel
like
to
the
it.
beat. The beat that did it.
Yeah, the joint did rock. I listen to some.
guitars on it.
Yeah, I listen to some rock. I throw guitars and beats when I make it too. But it was something different,
If you ever watched
I like
this
the joint.
is
I like
like,
it, honestly.
this sounds like something you do.
He be hyped like that.
I like the beat. The beat.
Get you up in the morning.
Guitar joint.
It's your
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? I'm at the bar.
What's going on, man?
It's been a minute, sir. It's been a minute. How are you?
Good. So,
We good. You know, got
Hey,
the crew up in here. It's me, 151, CP3, Lady Antoinette.
Hello.
What's going on, bruh?
It's been a minute, sir. It's been a minute. How are you?
Doing good. We're doing good, Mr. Cha-Cha.
good. How about yourself?
We good.
So,
we got the crew up in here. It's
I
me,
think the last time I interviewed you was just me and CP3. Lady Antoinette doesn't know you. So could you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself so she can get familiar with you?
Champ B, AKA Wayne
I
Champ
think
Lee.
last time I interviewed you was just me and CP3.
This time I was
The
on, I
lady
think I was
Antoinette
just about to
doesn't know
drop
you, so
my
if you
project
introduce
Cha Cha.
yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, so
But
we can
but
get you
now,
familiar with
well,
you.
actually with my project,
Hey,
but now
Champ B,
working on a joint project with my dog, Get My Kid,
last
and
time I was
that's
on,
gonna
I
drop
was just about to drop
2017.
my project Cha Cha.
So
Yeah.
But
on
now,
that, my boy he gonna call in,
but now
be on the road
joint
actually.
project with my dog, Dear Mike Kev,
But
and
yeah,
that's
so
gonna drop.
from Birmingham, Alabama, you know,
So
being for the
I'm on here to promote that. My boy gonna call in.
Definitely.
He on the road.
You got a question, Lady Antoinette?
But
Birmingham.
yeah,
What's the
so
scene like down there?
from Birmingham, Alabama, you know,
well,
representing for the
to be real, it's
Dirty South.
kind of rough as far as like
You got a question, Lady Antoinette?
the inner city and even just the rap for real because everybody. We don't know. We so big, but yet we so small. You know, and how to work together with each other. But I think it's coming along now, though.
As far
But I actually moved to Atlanta to try to get in on that, you know, black entertainment district.
Yes.
We don't know.
Birmingham
so
just a
big,
little
but
too
we
slow
so
for me.
small, you know, we don't understand how to
So
work.
how long have you
together.
been in Atlanta?
But I think it's coming along now.
I've been in Atlanta almost 2 years now. I think the first time I talked to y'all, I was trying to just move to Atlanta.
On that,
Okay,
you know, black entertainment district.
Okay.
So what is the bigger difference
Birmingham
from
just a little
Atlanta
slow for me.
and Alabama?
So how long have you been in Atlanta?
Well, of course, you know, just the simple fact that
First time I talked to y'all, I was in high
in a sense, you know, I'm not from Atlanta. It's gonna be different for me, you know.
So what is the bigger
I like
difference from Atlanta
at home, I know
and
everybody.
Alabama?
But
well, of course, you know,
it's very much about the
fact
fact
that
and at home, it ain't home. You can pull a chick,
I'm not from Atlanta.
you know, broke down Honda.
It's
Atlanta
at home because at home I
you
know
ain't gonna pull a home fight when you broke down.
But
I feel you on that one. I feel you on that one, dog.
at home it ain't at home you can pull a
CP3
chick.
said he feel you
Yeah,
on
I
that.
feel you on that, dog. Yeah, there's a big difference in Atlanta
For
and
real.
Birmingham.
He ain't gonna pull a home.
It's more like I ain't never really been anywhere besides Atlanta.
That is out here.
You very followers matter more than your bank account.
Yeah, I ain't been down there in a while, but dang.
For real. It's just different, you know.
They try to equate the two, though. I guess they be like, oh, he got all the followers, but he probably got all the followers too, but I don't know.
Hey, man, fake it till you make it, man. Go buy some followers and say, fuck it.
Go buy some.
Oh, they be selling the followers on there, man. I got
You
100,000.
get some for free.
Shit, I ain't figured, man. I've been on Instagram for 3 years. I'm still at like 1,600. Yeah, they don't like me. I don't know what the fuck going on.
I got people waiting to be accepted.
I guess I gotta start showing some skin.
I don't show no skin.
I ain't say you did.
Yeah, mine private. Well, one of mine.
You got a question for him, CP3?
You know, you had the success with the Cha Cha joint, and I know the last time you didn't have your partner. Wasn't that this one? He didn't have his didn't he have a partner or something? Or
No, this one he has a partner. Last time he was by himself.
Okay, yeah. So what's the next move? You know, since you had that success with that album, and now folks are, you know, feeling you and like, okay, they're listening out for you. What's going to be the next move to try to, you know, piggyback on top of that success to try to keep gaining ground in the game?
No, this one he has a partner.
Well, with the Cha Cha, I really see how I want to push it yet. So, you know, it's out there. I dropped the project in between in between this project I'm about to drop and Cha Cha, that was called 4 Weeks on the Friday.
I want to push it yet, so
I had 4 tracks on it.
but I'm really gonna put some.
And so I'm after I drop this project,
I dropped the project.
I'm gonna really push Cha Cha in my
between
EP.
this project
So
I'm about to drop and the
we got all those men right now. They catch on right now. They catch on, but I'm gonna push them to where they be able to run from it.
So I'm after I drop this project with Dear Michael, I'm gonna
All
really
this
push
should always work.
Cha Cha and my EP. So
You got anything, lady
Got
Anthony, you
all those
want to
things
ask some more?
right now. You know, they catch on right now. They catch on.
Your
But I'm gonna push
upcoming
it to where
work, can you
they ain't gonna be
kind of
able to run
describe
from it.
what's to come for you? What we're gonna hear, the track, the stuff you're releasing this month. Can you give us a little insight on that?
Yeah. So the project is called We So Different, We the Same. And it's because me and my boy, we both, like, my whole brand is the alien. You know, I feel like I'm an alien. I'm not from here. But and my dog, he was. So you know, we did a track together now.
We the same.
So,
And
you know, put something out, but
boy, we both like
combine
my
our
brand is the alien. You know, I feel like I'm
support
an
it.
alien. I'm not
So the
from
project,
But and my dog, he wears a mask. And
I don't know how to put it. You know,
we did a track together.
it's very different,
Man,
for sure.
we go in there, you know, put something out, bro. Because I feel like
it's a very mainstream sound for some independent artists. Put it like that.
You know, it's very.
So, how did y'all go about choosing the track? Did y'all work with a particular producer?
It's very different, for sure.
You know, do you have your own producer? Does he have his own producer? Like, how did y'all go about choosing the track for the project?
It's a very mainstream sound.
Well,
independent
that's the thing with us. Like, we vibe so well together. It didn't really matter who produced. So, but I had a couple producers that I was working with myself. One of them named Headboy Beats. Headboy Beats out of Africa. So hard.
That's the thing with us.
And
like,
stuff over.
So well together.
And actually,
who produced. So, but I had a couple producers that I was working with myself.
There was another producer he was working with so that producer. Yep. So he sent me a couple beats back. So I checked him out because over in my studio, we worked on like we really worked on every beat he sent me. We put a song to. And the reason I project
so that producer ended up hitting me up. So
we had to push it back because I started talking to the producer. He lived in Germany. I thought he was part of the Headboy Beat camp, but he wasn't. And he started telling me like I need to go put 808 Mafia tag on some of the beats. So I'm just like, what we running? Was it like did bro give you these beats or did he use them? Like it was just too much. So we decided not to use his beat. And so now, so to be real, like we just used all my boy his beat back, he sent me some more, and then I got another producer who's real hard out of Chicago.
It was just too much, so we
So DJ Nasty Nice, salute to my brother DJ Nasty Nice. He asked a question. What is the hardest thing to do as an independent artist?
He sent me some more, and then I got another.
The hardest thing
out of Chicago
is to obtain, maintain, fund, to fund your investment in this music.
What is the hardest thing to do as an independent artist?
That is correct. That
is correct.
That's ain't free, it's cheap.
That's the whole purpose of being independent. You know, you don't have anybody helping you. And a lot of people don't understand, you know, the simple ways to fix that. You know, you can get your credit score up and go get a loan from the bank, or, you know, just hustle it out and grind it out. But that's the hardest thing, because then when you do have money or whatever, you don't know where to put it, you don't know who, you know, there's a lot.
Well, I think this is and honestly, and it's not towards you again. This is what a lot of artists fail at, because a lot of artists, they'll spend money on clothes and stuff like that, but not on promotion. And in promoting the project, they'll look good, but when you go to their Spotify, it's like a thousand plays because they haven't promoted the song or anything. Or you go to their YouTube, they spent $500 on the video, but they didn't spend $200 to promote the video.
Right.
So I think
Spotify is like.
I think what a lot of artists get caught up in though is the whole viral sensation. You know, everybody think that they video hard enough to go viral. They don't realize that all this stuff is now monetized, so a lot of stuff don't even get shown for free no more. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay for it to get seen. So, you know, people just gotta understand what's going on the business side. You know, I told y'all this last time. You know, this not a future game. This is a music business. And, you know, a lot of people just get lost though. They get lost in the camera. You know, the camera make everybody look so.
It do. So, real quick, this Big Girl Bank, I got the song that you just said, we'll be playing it a little later after we finish with this, with Champ D's interview. But also, DJ Nasty Night says, you know,
it do. So,
basically, what inspires you to keep going?
I got the song that you just sent, we'll be playing it a little later after we finish with this,
I think I got a few things that keep me going, but one thing that's for sure is like I never been a quitter with anything. I always feel like whatever you start, you should finish. And so, you know, I started this. I done invested enough. I invested my time. I invested my money. What I look like walking away when I actually feel like I know the recipe. I just need to, you know, cook a little faster and cook, you know, be a little bit more on point with my cooking skills. So that's all I'm working on. Then I got family, friends, you know, there's a lot that actually drives me, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna finish what I started.
A little faster and cook, you know.
Lady Antoinette, you got something for him?
With my cooking
I mean,
skills, so
I just want to know,
then I got family
down in Atlanta, you know, when you throwing something or performing and inviting us. What's your next?
So really gonna put him on the spot like that?
So look, hopefully everything, you know, paying out how it's supposed to. So October 15th, we're gonna do an album release party for this project we about to drop. And it's gonna be at a mansion.
Okay.
We gonna put the tickets on sale on the event price. It's gonna be $25 up front and then 40 at the door.
All right.
And so we're gonna have a couple people perform, and then we're gonna perform at 12 that night on the 15th, and then we got a Halloween party on the 16th at the same mansion. So that's what we're working on right now.
So wait, y'all doing back to back the 15th and the 16th?
And so,
the 15th is the album release /cocktail. We gonna be the extra Halloween party.
That's the only way you do it, man. 48-hour cookouts, 48-hour parties, baby. I told y'all that's how we roll, man. I feel you, dog.
I don't know what to say to you. Do you actually have a question, CP?
I just feel that, man. I'm just gonna piggyback off of that, man. Yeah, 48-hour cookouts and parties, baby. That's what it's all about.
Make sure you give us that info because I mean we reach people down there too. So
yeah, I mean definitely when you have the flyer, send it. We even if we can't make it, but you will definitely post the flyer and share. You know, DJ Nice Nice asked another question was, do you consider yourself an artist or an entertainer?
You said, do I what now?
You consider yourself an artist or an entertainer?
Oh yeah.
You have the flyer, send it.
Oh yeah, both.
Even if we can't make it, we'll definitely
to
post
be a good entertainer, you gotta be an artist first.
You know, DJ Nice Nice
both,
asked another question was,
like
do you consider yourself an artist or an entertainer?
My creativity. That's why it's like right now.
You consider
It's
yourself
like
an
when I'm
artist
working out
or
with producers, I'm like, look, bro. It's like I understand y'all want to get money now, but if y'all you know work with we get a team together and we build. I give you half of the song, bro. I don't care about no money. I don't care about that. At the end of the day, I know I got my head. I can continue to make songs. So it's not like I just made one song and it's gonna stop. You know, that's the creativity behind it. Like I'm not limited. So I'm gonna always be able to entertain on it, like come up with something.
Half of the song, bro. I don't care about no money. I don't care about that.
You got anything, Lady
in my head, I can continue to make songs. So it's not like I just made one song.
You ain't really playing this song?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the latest video.
and then I'm gonna have some more questions.
So what can you tell us about this new song that you sent me?
All right, so this new song called Evolve. Me and Dear Marquette, like I said, we actually trying to show our penmanship and just show our range of music. It don't gotta be just that club, you know. So we talking about giving a little stuff. So song called Evolve. Yeah, my channel.
Me and Dear Marquette, like I said, we
Alright, let's go. You ready, CP3?
You already know it, baby.
Oh Lord, your voice done changed.
Yeah.
you know. So we
Put your pinky cup down.
So you know,
Y'all gave me this cherry stuff, man.
Whatever.
You poured it.
All right, let's go.
You couldn't open the bottle.
It was on the table.
Yeah, we back.
Right.
What up? Yo. You know what? The thing about that is that's different from when I first heard.
Okay.
So he was totally different. And the fact it's called evolving and
there you go. He
evolved.
evolved.
I mean, he evolved. I like the John.
Yeah.
I like that. You know, it's very weird. You get like a little headbanger joint, little clubbish joint, but you got a message.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And the fact it's called evolving and evolved.
Lady Antoinette, what's your thoughts?
I liked it. It caught me by surprise. It was a real smooth, you know, little low key, you know, a little something to vibe to. I liked it. I'm scared to turn my head because I feel like CP3 is going to either clean his gun or smoke to it. Or...
You know, you can do either one.
He's going to say something crazy like, I can get some head off this.
Something on my head. I know it's not going to be bad, but I'm scared what he's going to say.
It's like a multifaceted song. You can get head to it, you can clean your gun to it, you can smoke to it. I feel like you just close your eyes and you can just vibe to the joint, and it got a message. So you know, if you do,
you can't get head to a song with a message.
Why not?
He's not listening to it.
Exactly. I'm listening to the beat and watching her beat.
See?
Hey.
He said at that moment, he
got different roles in
it.
Later. Yeah, I can play it back, man. Play that back.
That knowledge is going to his head.
Shout out to DJ Nasty Nights, official coalition DJ from the DMV. He said the joint was nice and smooth.
Yeah.
This is why I be telling artists, like, bro, you never know who's going to be on the who's in the comments and who's watching, you know. So when you do send music and you do tap in, like, dog, Coalition DJ is like one of the biggest coalition of beat like group of DJs out here right now.
Yeah.
You know, they're all over the United States and stuff. So you know, he's tapping in, you know, he's holding it down with us. You know, but you never know. Sometimes Alexis tapping. You never know who's going to be on the show, who's in the comments.
Coalition DJ is like one of the biggest.
Hey, I got Jay Michael right now.
Okay.
Let me ready to
What's going on?
ride.
How y'all doing today?
Hey, we doing good, man. Yo, we just heard the new track. We like it. But we don't know you, so
Yeah, tell us about you.
yeah.
How you doing? Yeah, my name is Jim Michael. I'm from Kentucky, military brat.
What's going on?
Yeah, I met Champ in 2019. We kind of found each other around the studio, and we kind of built a relationship over time. 2020 hit. Obviously, everybody had to stay in the house. We was all kind of divided, but 2021 we came back together. Did a co-track with another artist, and man, it sounded really, really well. So, Champ and I, built a relationship through the years, stay connected. And we was like, yo, it's time. It's really time to, put a project together. It's really time for us to let these people know like how it sounds to hear us together, right? So, that's how we kind of did our relationship. But yeah, I'm definitely a humble guy. I love fashion. I love business. I graduated from University of Kentucky, and I'm just trying to get my music career off the ground. I'm really ready to roll, be as big as artist I can, and continue to be a better version of myself every day, right? So I'm into definitely like soul music. I make music for people that just want to become a better version of themselves, right? So I'm not saying like I'm a church gospel person, but like I'm definitely intuitive for myself. And I think people really start to hear who they are when they listen to me, right? So I'm a byproduct to a soundtrack to people's lives.
I make music for people that want to become a better version of themselves, right? So I'm not saying like I'm a church gospel person, but I'm definitely intuitive.
What made you want to work with Champ?
Hear who they are when they
really
right?
just,
So
you have the same work ethic as me, right? So you get into the industry, you start to mingle around and move around with certain people. It's really just about a vibe. Just trying to find somebody that can work hard to do it, as vision as you, and as focused as you, right? So like you don't want to be all over the place, but it was just his drive. We didn't really speak too much on his music. Me and him just really on personal level, just like each other, just hanging around each other, just enjoying our presence, and continue to grow as people, right? We're more focused on how we become better every day. How we become better people for our families, right? So it was just certain things that him and I were the same in, right? So that's how the title we so different with the same came about. It just made sense. We're literally different people, but the same at the same time. I think a lot of people will really enjoy a project like that. It's kind of uncommon, but it has a lot of similarities to not only ourselves but other people. So the direction him and I want to go in made sense for me, and it made sense for him. So it was kind of easy. Like I said, we built a 2-year relationship before we decided to do a project. So
I like that
that's how it happened.
kind of
uncommon that you took time to get to know him before you did the project.
That's important. Need to know who you're dealing with, who
Yeah.
you're working with.
It just made sense for me.
So,
it was kind of easy. Like I said,
now we got you here,
we
and we got you trapped on the radio with us. We got to ask you some real questions.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
Yes, sir.
So what is your Mount Rushmore of music?
Say it one more time.
What is your Mount Rushmore of music? So,
What is my Mount?
now we got you here.
Man,
Trapped on the radio with us. We got you some real
well, mine's a little different, right? So,
Yes,
I
sir.
would say
So what is your Mount Rushmore of music?
Pharrell's up there for me. Pharrell Williams.
What is your Mount Rushmore of music?
I would say Tupac, Michael Jackson, and
Man, that's a question.
man,
Come on, look.
it's like a tie between like a.
I would say.
No, I'm still gonna say Jamie Foxx.
Pharrell Williams.
You know what? I appreciate that. I respect that.
I would say
That man can blow.
Tupac,
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
You know, the funny thing is, I like to ask that question because everybody should have a.
It's like
Your Mount Rushmore shouldn't be the same as mine, because we all hear and feel music different. So I always like that. Like when I ask that question, it kind of throws them off. Like you don't even need to explain it. Yo, that's your whoever's on your Mount Rushmore, that's who it should be. I like to ask that question.
I think Jamie Foxx. This is the first time we heard Jamie Foxx.
It is.
But
First time we heard Pharrell too.
yeah, that too. Even though I can understand Pharrell, Jamie took me by surprise, but because we know that man can blow.
Yeah.
That man legend.
Yeah.
It's not really about the music. He's obviously an amazing artist, talented.
Yeah.
But like, the fact that he's able to be a mogul and just different things, entertainment, music, movies, like that's just unheard of in our industry, right? Like, and he's able to be a bigger figure within all of them. He's well respected in all the facets. So you can't really go bigger than that. And his influence on our culture is just amazing. So it definitely spoke to me. So yeah, he definitely can blow too as well, right? So that's undeniable.
And Jamie can throw an arrangement together in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and he can tell some of the great things
with music. But he's brilliant. So that's good. I respect that. I like that.
CP3, you got questions?
Definitely spoke to me. So yeah, blow too as well, right? So
these some of your influences. You have a nice, vast, different flow of different influences. Where did that come from? Having a wider range for your musical background, that you're not just listening to R&B and rap and that's it. That you have different genres that you dibble dabble in. You have a
nice. For me, it's just like my personal lifestyle. Like growing up as a military kid, I traveled all over, right? So from Georgia, but moved around to LA. Not LA, but California, excuse me. Then to Illinois and in South Korea for 2 years. Then Kentucky for a long period of time. Now back to Atlanta. Like my family's all over the place, so I just had a lot of different influence from all over the place, right? And I didn't really get heavy to rap music until like I was about 9 years old. So I really grew up in the church, so I used to be in choir, and I was really heavy into that. So just having that ability to hear different music from different walks of life allowed me to express myself and be able to tap into different music early in my age, right? And growing up, started talking different genres of music and just really enjoyed listening to. And then compare it to obviously what other people are going through and what they like to listen to as well. So I think that kind of, that just me growing up faster and being moved around so much every 2 years gave me a wider expansion of my variety of music.
Right.
I'm about to ask you some questions.
What people are going through and what they like as well. So I think
what is your favorite Michael Jackson song?
Me growing up faster and being moved around so much every 2 years gave me a wider expansion of
the ambience of the song, how it just really bodies whole culture of the song and just puts every part of the world into it. Right? Everybody that's on the face of the world when it came out, even now, it's a timeless song and the body that. So it represents everybody. It's not one niche. He's really for the people, man. And that's why he's definitely my favorite artist. I'm sure he's his favorite artist for a lot of people, but it's just he connects with everybody, and he's just always honest with himself. And it's undeniable. Remember, timeless song, a classic, and it'll always be here to live through his music, right? So he can never really die true. It's really going to be here forever. So remember, Timeless is a special record, like all the other artists, like Thriller, and just so many more. But Michael Jackson's Michael Jackson. And obviously, Janet Jackson is a big figure, so I mean, this Jackson family is different fish, for sure.
So it's interesting you said remember the time. So that video was made history, and it actually showed one of the very first videos that showed black people as being kings and queens.
Right.
And it was just, and then all the celebrities and it was a very iconic video. It had black people in the house. I used to love it. I know Thugs that was watching that video.
But that video was like on point though, and it was long as all. I mean, we didn't care.
I know Thugs that would come down. Oh, remember the times ago?
And we would sit there and watch the whole thing.
Yeah, they watch. And they would be mad if they don't catch. Oh man, this ain't the whole joint.
Right.
They try to cut it. They're like, no, I want to see the whole thing.
The whole thing. That was what's up. Eddie, come on, man.
Mike always causing problems in videos, man.
He did.
He's the one that turned the world premiere actually came from Michael. So when they actually world premiere video, it came from Michael. He made MTV say that.
Yeah. Sliding in the videos, taking dudes, girls, and he-ing out the way.
You mad?
Yeah, man. Taking dudes, girls, taking kings, girls, and shit, coming in he and roll up. Nah, man, it's just, Mike was a cold thug, man. A lot of folks ain't know that.
And
man.
if you remember, Black and White was banned.
Yeah,
they banned Black and White.
Yeah. Mike was cool, man. Mike was cool.
You got a question, CP3?
You took your girl to Moonwalk?
What is the lasting mark you want to have on this industry? You say you have a positive message, like the new track that we like to evolve, try to, make you a better person today than you were the day before, which is one of the things that I wake up every morning and say to myself, that I want to be a better man today than I was yesterday.
You do?
Yeah, I mean,
When did you say that?
I mean, a millimeter counts, all right.
Oh, okay.
It ain't got to be a foot. Sometimes it can be an inch or a millimeter. I'm moving progressively, man. that water drop and get through that stone eventually. Yeah. So what's the mark you want to leave on the rap game and on the world in general? You know, you said you want to see men and evolve, women and men evolve into better beings. How do you see yourself being able to make that happen beyond music? Because sometimes it takes more than just the music to make that happen.
No, right. So definitely start with the music first, right? So for me, I do so many different facets of just entertainment, but solely for the music, really just like I said, if I'm being honest with myself, I'm able to showcase everything that I have as an artist, and want to push the music in forward as far as the visual. As far as the music, like literally, if I'm able to speak my honest truth through my records, they'll resemble what people are going through, so they don't feel like they're alone, right? So at the end of the day, like if I'm able to speak who I am, I think that will transcend longevity within other people, right? Because people love entertainment. Why? Because it's a byproduct to escape, because there's not enough joy in the world. Entertainment is literally a byproduct of joy. And if I'm able to express myself and what I'm going through, it's definitely going to connect to other people to let you know it's okay. You're not by yourself in this world. And I think the audience, I will understand that, and they can really be themselves through my music. It's not really me. It's a soundtrack to their life, right? I'm the one that's able to say it more efficient than they are, right? So if I can be that person, not only for myself, then I know I can do that for others, right? So that's what I want to live in my music and evolve every day as I can. As long as I work hard, it'll reach, right? So I bring as many people as I can that want to hear that message.
Able to say it more efficient than they are, right? So if I can be that person,
I have a question for the both of you.
That's for others, right? So that's what I want to
you guys have people coming up behind you. People are aspiring to be where you are,
that want to hear that
and they're starting from scratch. What would you tell an upcoming artist right now?
Hi. First, if I'm talking to any upcoming artist at this point, I'm asking them, what's the end goal? Because, everybody end goal different. But, like once I find out the end goal, it got a solid purpose, then I tell them, you gotta be willing to have some long nights and some early mornings. And then, you definitely get the funds right. Once I find out, you always got to get to the funds right first before you try to do anything. And then, you got to be willing to have some long and nights. Just kind of pick up that. Yeah, like you say, you definitely because you're getting money right. Like if you can find ways to better yourself, you always got to make sure the funds right before you try to make sure you focus on that before you get to shit. And also just be real with it. You can't do shit by yourself. Like people think but you can't do it by yourself. You need to figure out who you are as a person and build a team that trusts your vision as you trust yourself, right? So because you're not gonna be able to do it alone. Your team is only as good as you. Definitely gotta get a team. You gotta get a team.
So I want to chime in because you said something that's so important that a lot of people don't understand what you said. So there's no such thing as a solo.
Trust your vision as much as you trust yourself, right?
There's a team. Let me explain why I say that. There's a team of people that push their artists to be great. When Nelly came out, he had really came out with the same Lunatics. The record label liked him, so they pushed him, but it was a whole team pushing him. Like, when people act like they made it on their own, no, it's a team that pushes you to be greatness. And when you said that, like, you gotta have the right team behind you, that is so important. And a lot of people fail at putting the right team behind you. It's an art form to
pushes you to be greatness.
Right.
And you said that, like, you gotta have the right team behind you. That is so important. And a lot of people fail.
This is why I love having these conversations like this, because you want to talk, because I can talk to you from a manager's perspective, but when you hear an artist say, when another artist hears an artist say, it kind of rings different.
Right, it does.
You gotta sacrifice a lot.
You know,
It does.
because when you hear managers saying it's like your parents telling you something. So you don't want to hear that shit.
Right, like,
But when you hear your brother say, "Hey, don't go there. Don't go down there because I got robbed down there," or "Don't do this because this is what happened," then it's a lot different because then you can relate a little bit better.
Yeah.
So when I hear artists say some of the same things that I've been yelling at people for the last 20 years about, like it's I think it's a breath
When
of
you hear
fresh
your brother say, "Hey, go there," don't go down there.
Oh yeah, nah, man, you think that you.
Then it's a
I
lot
mean,
different because then
what I try to
you can relate a little bit better.
it's like
So
you
when I
gotta
hear
be
artists say some of the same
there's
things
no
that
way
we've
one
been
person can
for the
take
last
down
20 years about,
not just one corporation, but a whole bunch of corporations. So you gotta think about it, like you gotta have some type of backing behind you when you walk in the stores.
I mean,
Some corporations that consume you. That's why I say you sacrifice a lot more by yourself. They get you in the room by yourself, then you confused and you don't got no heads around. Say, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, I don't like yes men around me. I like no men around me. It's gonna tell me things I need to know. So, you know, I keep, you know, like Mike knows, like people that I keep around, we all tight. We stay in the loop with each other. I don't really keep too many around because, you know, when you get to a certain point in life, you realize it ain't nothing but a waste of time.
Like
Definitely.
people that I keep
Man, we'll never get that back. So time is very valuable. So time management. And like I said, yeah, build a team and just believe in yourself because
when you get to a certain point,
you don't want to build a team that don't believe in you and they just see you as a ticket. You know what I'm saying? And that's a whole other story too. So and you know you got it artists once you feel that
we don't never get that back.
ability to prosper and just do well. You definitely need people to believe in you just as much as you believe in yourself and make sure you're controlling everything.
You don't want to build a team that don't believe in you.
That's just the number one thing that you got to do.
That's a
But
whole other
if
story.
you want to be the biggest, you got to have somebody
When
who's
you know
going to push
you
you,
got it,
support you,
or
and tell you
feel that
wrong from right.
that
You're not going to see everything because you're in it, right?
do well.
Yeah, that's right.
Definitely need people that believe in
But
you.
that's a bigger team up too because you're not spotlight. So you want to make sure they feel everything that you feel.
That's just the number one thing.
And that's how you keep the movement going, money going. That's how you keep yourself sufficient. So it's just a lot of figuring out. It's a long process, a long journey.
Because you're in it, right?
Solo and prosper.
But that's a big team too, because they're not in spotlight. So you want to make sure
You got to put in 10 years or 10,000 hours.
and that's how you keep the money movement going, the money going, and that's how you keep yourself sufficient. So it's a long process of longevity of a solo and
You don't never stop.
something better.
And
You got to put in your 10,000 hours.
I was gonna say too, like
100%.
me and Champ all the time. Champ and I, we just know like we ain't trying to set up a fest. That's not even good enough. It's just continue to work and balance each other to make sure that we don't get stagnant, we don't get stuck, we don't be complacent. So like I say, you know, we don't know the best is, you know, when we get there, then that's not it.
Just know, like, you know, we ain't
And
trying
it just continue to push that threshold, right? So
right?
stay on top of your competition, stay on top of yourself, you know, we get there. So
balance each
Champ and I
other.
get to know each other to that
We won't get
point.
stagnant, we won't get stuck, we don't get complacent.
We excited for people to hear this project.
Don't know
See us.
so
So yeah, we definitely excited for this good journey.
that threshold.
Definitely. So Miss Haynes, big girl, Big Bank said, yeah, you gotta make sure you really want it.
That front line. So
Exactly.
we're excited for people to hear this project.
Yeah.
Excited for us to
You really do.
Yeah, but that one hit wonder, the one hit wonder comes mostly from the business side.
So Miss Haynes, big girl.
You do bad business, man. That's how you know one hit wonder. You don't own your name and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know people sit there and be one hit wonders, but they're alright.
That one hit wonder, the one hit wonder comes.
Well, that's the thing. You can understand. It's the music business. You know, earlier this year we interviewed Sunshine Anderson. Shout out to Alexis because she said that interview up for us. And it was a. If you check one interview out this year, the wisdom that she dropped in that particular interview was amazing. That actually got a follow-up interview. She actually wrote a book because she's been surviving in the game for 20 years, but she went through and you know listening to her story and how. Matter of fact, her album dropped on September 11th. Right when everything was going crazy, which affected her album sales. And then when she had actually went to a smaller label, she had actually signed with Beyonce's father's label. They had a smaller budget. And, you know, when they got the numbers back, they were happy. When she got the numbers back, she was like, what? I'm not used to selling this low because she didn't have a machine to push it. And, you know, and just her journey and stuff like that. So, you know, it's a lot that goes behind it because a lot of people know how to do music, but they don't know how to do business.
She was like, what? I'm not used to selling this low because she didn't have a machine to push it. And you know,
That burns so good.
Oh my God, y'all are at the bar, so
we drink and
you know, we drink and we converse at the bar. So when y'all in the DC area, y'all gotta come through to the bar.
You know, especially I come through doing like well, I would say summertime, but my co-host has said that he plans to grill until there's snow.
Maybe after that.
I grill year round, and we got the tailgate TV for football season, man. It's on and popping.
And I got and we got the little thing on the outside that we can grill up top.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be on and popping, dog.
I can see him now. He's like, yo, we gonna move the grill up here
on the porch.
On the porch. We gonna move the grill on the porch. And they got the TV outside. I'm still gonna grill.
Damn right. Football season, baby. Don't miss nothing.
Drinking and grilling.
So we ain't gonna be, you know, look, I really enjoyed this interview. I really don't have any more, you know, questions. You got anything else, lady internet?
And they got the TV outside.
Honestly, no, I'm not gonna give them the real ringer. You know, sometimes I'm mean with my questions, but they seem like pleasant young men.
Yeah,
they don't have any more,
so real talk. So
we appreciate it.
So this is why and we talk about networking and stuff like that. So before I get more, I salute Champ B because, you know, Champ B hit me up and was like, yo, I got a new single, I want to set up another interview.
There you go.
So real talk.
We appreciate it.
And when an artist does that, I'm always going to be like, yo.
This is why we talk about networking and stuff like that.
He told me what was going on, and
you know,
Billy sent the music that day.
Hit me up.
Indeed.
And was like, yo.
You know, the interview was like 2 weeks away, but he sent the music that day.
I got you. He's
Oh
on it.
yeah, I appreciate it. We appreciate that.
He's on it.
But I say that because I appreciate the support, and I also appreciate you reaching out. A lot of people don't remember who they did interview last year.
Yeah.
You know, the interview was
and
like
then on top of that, it shows his drive. So
like I say, man, every interview I do, every artist I talk to is all the deals are blocked for. I'm trying to get the dope, you know. So I embrace all of it.
And it shows your drive. So we like to support artists that they're about their business.
Definitely.
So we like that. We like to see the drive. We like to see artists out
But
here.
like we feel like this project gonna go flat. I don't know why we feel like that, bro. Hey,
You
look,
should.
we ain't even mad that we feel like that.
If you didn't feel like that, let me tell you something. If you didn't feel like that, then you should be talking to us.
Right. If you ain't feel like that, then that means you don't trust your own talent. You don't trust your work. So we with you.
Yeah, so if you didn't feel like that, you shouldn't be talking to us. That means you need to go back on the lab. If you feel like this is it, yo, we're gonna support it 100%. But if you ain't got no faith in it, then I can't have faith in it. But if you got faith in it, I got you. Off this first single, I got you. I like the joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you didn't feel like that,
it had a nice little cool, chill vibe.
Man. Yo, we gonna support it 100%.
Like, so don't say, well, I don't know why we feel like that, because you can back your work, and we like
first single, I got you. I like
it. No, I just, you know, I say stuff to be humble.
You ain't gotta be humble on here. We alcoholics.
Wait, I'm not an alcoholic. Am I?
We know this. This is definitely one of them.
I love it.
Trying to work hard for it, so you know, people need it.
Definitely. So we're gonna do We're about to do a quick music break. That means I'm about to take a whole bunch of more shots.
Definitely one of them ones, man.
And then I'm about to get these pouches out from Tiana Tasty, one of our sponsors.
Yep.
Y'all, stay tuned into the show, but definitely I appreciate y'all calling in. And dude, I was really trying to get y'all the next time y'all want to do another interview, a follow-up, because we can also do it, do a video. I understand you were traveling. That was one of the issues.
Right.
So, but we really, we out here to support you as much as possible.
And where can we find you guys? Tell everybody where you at on social media, with streaming platforms, like where can they get their music and where can they kind of follow you? Because y'all in Atlanta, you just said it's all about the lights.
Yeah, I'm up. You can follow me on Instagram and and Champ B 2_.
Okay.
I'm saying my name, Champ B 2_. But all my music, you can find that New Money Champ B. You can follow me on Instagram. From Twitter, New Money, Google New Money. 2_.
Okay. So what platforms is this project dropping on?
But all my music, everything, every DSP, you can find that New Money. Every platform we can think of that's being created, that's already created, so we out there. New Money, Google New Money.
Definitely.
And you can find my artist name, Dear Michael, DearMykel. All platforms, Instagram, Twitter, every platform. And my music also on Apple Music and Spotify as well. I got some music on YouTube that you can follow and look at. Then also got this Sweatsuit page, and I've got some music following that. So we're definitely enlightening with all of us.
And my
I'm sorry. Did you get with New Money Champ and either leave that spelling or something in either my inbox or in the comments of the show? So that we can, actually go through and I support artists. If you go on Spotify, whatever, I go through, download your stuff. I got another fella, my man Jamil Wands with Full Intentions. He's a DJ. He goes through, his stuff is on Amazon. He downloads and buys it, and we actually do support.
And Michael, tell us about the mask. I forgot about that.
Download your stuff. I got another.
What about the mask? You want to ask why I got it on?
Yeah, what's going on with the mask? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the mask for me, it's not really like, it's crazy because I put the mask on a lot earlier than everybody wearing all these masks now, right? But it is what it is at this point. It ain't tripping, but I really put it on just for the standpoint of me being able to do music for me, and like I said, for the people that I believe that will gravitate towards it. So, nowadays, in our generation, it's more so about people loving about the artist and their personal life when they own music. And it's like, where's the thin line at? So, I want to come out as an artist with a mask on just for you to judge me for my performance, judge me for my music, judge me for the things that I'm building with my team. And then, obviously, we create a relationship through that, right? So I just want you to judge me for that, not with my personal life, not with this going after that, but use my audience up front. I want you just, like I said, to hear me. And that's why I put the mask on.
Judge me for my music, judge me for the things that I'm building with my team.
Understood.
And then,
I just started a new page, so I just like y'all.
Not with my personal life,
my new
going after that can confuse my audience up front.
CP3, you got any questions before you let them go?
And that's why I put the
No, just keep grinding, doing what you're doing. I like your message, and just keep believing in yourself and pushing forward. Eventually, you're gonna get where you want to be if you keep on believing in yourself like y'all do.
Also too, CP3 is a producer too. So if you're looking for some newer track and some different tracks too, CP3 he produces as well.
Yeah, you got beats by CP3. Check it out on SoundCloud. Anything on there, let me know. Most of it got drops on it. Some of it don't, because some people done stole some of my beats already. Gotta trademark my shit.
All right, so we just about to play the joint. It's a Renegade joint. It's off the $1 Million Project Legacy for DJ Nasty Nice. And we thank y'all. We thank y'all for coming through. And look, as soon as y'all drop another single or if you drop a video, let me know. We definitely play it, and we definitely want to look forward for a follow-up interview with y'all.
Appreciate it, man.
Please leave me Please leave me the information though, especially when the project drops. So, like I said, I actually go through on my Spotify and I download it and stuff like that.
And we definitely want to look forward for a follow-up interview with y'all.
All right, cool.
Y'all hold it down.
Y'all, we thank y'all, man. Y'all, we honestly thank y'all. We love when people come through the reach back out to the show and think about us and
do a follow-up.
do a follow-up.
Let us know how you doing.
Blessing.
And do that in the future. You got other projects. Let us know how you doing.
We thank y'all, man. Y'all, we honestly
we also take artist referrals too. So if you got an artist that's hot, don't send them if he's trash, and then I'm gonna call you and be like, this nigga's trash. But if you got another artist that was hot, similar to y'all, send them our way.
All right, we got you. Y'all take it easy.
All right.
Okay, man, be easy.
All right.
But we also take artist referrals too. So if you got an artist that's hot, don't send him if he's trash, because then I'm gonna call you and be like, this nigga was trash. But if you got another artist that was similar to y'all, send
We
them
need to
our way.
talk about Russell Westbrook too.
We're gonna talk about that as soon as we get back. We're gonna do a quick music break.
Oh, you ain't seen that?
Yeah, we're gonna do a quick music break. It's on the $1 Million Project by DJ Nasty Nice. This Renegade. It's the legacy, baby. Let's go.
We're gonna talk about that.
Sweater, I already know my work. Ain't even bring the shit on. They spinning letters. Got enough time for a beach, but I ain't better. They looking for the worst, they know I ain't getting better. Always thinking 50 first, my right veins on my face. They can't sweat. I already know my work. I'm telling you, it's never taking shit.
Nigga ain't been in LA for more than 2 months. Got that nigga wearing dresses already.
That she been dressed a while.
I ain't been wearing the tight shit, but I ain't never think he'd wear no dress. Why they do that shit here?
Time ain't never give us no breaks when we hit the go pedal. Ain't no hate in my blood. Who the fuck don't get it ahead of me? They gon' be mostly eating instead of me. When I'm on, my dogs be on it. You the pedigree. If I'm wrong, better tell you niggas what it better be. I'm not gone. She gon' always get what she want, man. If we're top strong, at the top of the legacy. Who the fuck was supposed to let it ahead of me? So I'm unborn. I am not strong. My game is mindset. It's not what we are. What you know, I'm wrong. Better tell these niggas what it better be. I'm locked on. She gon' always get what she want, man. Whatever top strong. Better show my name well.
Nigga like Blue Buffalo. Like Blue Buffalo.
I'm like, you know, that's
Get your little hands and save it. Turn it down with the same thing.
no, he got the big drive.
Yeah, $45 for the fucking like.
Nah, it was more than that. I think it was like 50 or 60. It depends on which flavor you use.
I know that little nigga.
So mad.
I know that little nigga. I got $45 for it.
I'm like, oh, you got it. Take it up,
Go lay down. Down.
I'm gonna lay at her feet. He said he gonna lay at my feet.
I'm gonna play one more song. Someone sent me one.
But he was really looking for a sympathy.
You like you set my head.
No, but he said he took me.
That was a cute to set his head like that.
Come on, rub me like you did earlier. He's like, yeah.
That was it. You know you done fucked up, right? You know you
That's what
started.
he was laying at my feet.
He's like, all right, now you started. Don't stop there.
Like, oh, you got oh, we don't know.
It's mine, man. Man, you can't. No. Normally you don't drink. I missed the other one. Shit.
So just put a little bit in.
I don't like the cherry. I don't like the flavor. I don't know.
Don't like it. You like church culture?
No, but I mean, I eat them, but I'm not really a big fan of them. Hey, I
That's
mean,
why I like the moonshine.
yeah, I mean, I'm not really. I mean, I eat them if I got the money. But if I was in the house,
Can you grab the moonshine church real quick?
And when they doing all that rah-rah,
You want some moonshine church?
make them move like
Why you shake your head down? Look at this. That's amazing. People, can you fry it with spoons? Wait, if you put it with some juice here, because I had some juice, but it's gone. What kind of juice is that's half and half. I might get something to go. I don't really drink about it. All I drink is water.
you know what, nice.
they do need some healing. Preach, brother, preach.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, she said the hoes need some healing. That's some real shit.
That's all you got from that.
That's what I just heard. That shit was dope. I be saying that shit every day.
Told me.
Yeah.
I ain't get a spoon.
Yo. So I
Pour it in
really,
there. You know you want to.
I really like when people send us something different.
Yes.
And I fuck with this joint that she just sent.
And they got a message.
She said some real shit in there though.
I like it.
She said, yo, my favorite singer's a pedophile. Yo.
That was a struggle that
That-
a lot of us
I like. That's what I like the line because it's a real line. There's some facts in that shit.
Right.
She spit a lot of facts in some of the shit that she said.
The TV dad was spiking people's drinks.
That was a struggle.
Yeah,
Whether they knew it or not, that's a whole nother story. But the fact that he was even putting some type of drugs in it kind of blew my mind. He was doing what?
I can get behind that statement.
What? The TV dad was spiking drinks?
Yeah.
I mean, some of them knew he was spiking the drinks. I'm talking about the fact that he was dealing with drugs anyway.
During the 70s, some of that stuff was.
Yeah, they pop Quaaludes for fun.
The thing about it,
But the fact that the TV dad was dealing with
but he did do it.
Right.
I can't say that. My
He
thing
said he
is,
did it. He took the drug.
They
If
said
he
they
was
had
doing it
drugs.
by himself, I'm still blown away. The fact that he was sleeping with other people other than his wife blew my mind. Why? Because we had this image
Of Bill Cosby.
of Bill
well,
Cosby.
you know folks on the road.
No. At the time when I was young, I did not
Oh,
know.
yeah. I mean, no.
So to find out that our
He was on a
precious-
pedestal.
He was
So,
Bill Cosby.
you don't have to agree with the line,
He's a
but I still think it was a good line.
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely.
But
She was
no,
spitting some
when
shit.
she
spitting
told, she
some shit.
probably talking about R. Kelly, obviously.
Definitely.
But that situation is real
Yeah.
because it's like people are like, okay, if we cancel R. Kelly, that means we cancel all of his catalog.
I mean, and that's the thing. Even like talking, remember we had a conversation with Rip, and he was like, for a DJ, boy, they love the catalog, they don't like his action,
Right.
and it's hard to decipher. For me, I'm just like, yo, fuck the nigga,
Well,
fuck the music, fuck everything.
it's hard to separate him from the music, especially when we heard that some of the songs was written for this little young girl, and, and then age ain't nothing but a number.
I mean, like with Woody Allen, Stanley Kubrick, all of those guys that we know are pedophiles, but the white community still watches their movies and do their stuff. But that's what I don't but that's what I don't understand.
No, but see, CP3, this is why I disagree with that because it's like. I don't give a fuck about Woody. I don't fuck with Woody Allen.
No, I don't either. But they still play his
You're
stuff.
saying that his community still does, but see, at the end of the day, if you have values for yourself, then you stick to your own values. You don't care what they do over there.
No, my like I said before in the show, my outlook on that is the same way I look at athletes. When folks will be like, "Oh, he's gay," you know, yada yada yada. I'm like, I only care about what he does on the field. As long as he does his job, then I'm cool with it. Whatever's off the field, that's off the field. That's his personal shit. I look at the same thing with music and people in any other field. They might be a fucked up individual out of their profession, but if they're gifted in their profession, just like Kevin Spacey, you know, coming out gay and, you know, supposedly molested. I'm always been a Kevin Spacey fan as an actor, and I still watch Seven to this day. I still watch, you know, a lot of his movies because
That movie deep.
oh my God, that's one of the classics. So I understand where you guys are coming from. I'm not saying you guys are wrong for feeling that way. I just have a different perspective about it.
Well, no, the issue, like for me, is when it really became an issue in a conversation.
Well,
I was just like you, but then they came out and said he wrote "You Are Not Alone," the one that he wrote for Michael Jackson, right? And he wrote it for a underage female that was pregnant by him when he made her go get an abortion. So he wrote that song to make her feel better. If that's true, it's kind of that song now has been tainted in my mind. Age ain't nothing but a number.
I mean, that said it pretty much.
That's
Really
right
wasn't nothing
there.
to be said.
When the song first came out, we was all singing it.
Nah, I scratched my head when I heard that
nah,
shit.
I was like,
Yeah, I was like, hold that, nigga, ain't that statutory?
But here's the thing. Listening to the song and be like, that message is a little different.
Yeah.
And then when you find out this was his life,
Yeah.
it's like it hits even worse.
The thing about that is too is that in a Kevin Spacey situation like this, and I'm not justifying Kevin Spacey. However, I'm still wondering if you're a 17-year-old, what are you doing at an adult Hollywood bar?
But the thing about that is,
I mean, but that's just like with the young girls that were out
because
doing the same thing. But then you have some dudes picking them up from the hospital.
So, and it's something too. There's some people that were victimized by R. Kelly. And there's some women that were young, but they chased R. Kelly too. They're not the same to me as the people that victim.
Well, I feel like this.
That's
If you know that they're underage,
you shouldn't have touched them.
And it's just something
there
too.
you go.
There's some
If you
people
did
that
not know,
victimized by R.
then that's a whole different ballgame.
And there's some women.
But there, and here's the thing, and you know, when we were younger, when R. Kelly first came out, there were plenty 17-year-old women, young ladies, that were like, I want R. Kelly.
And they would have went after him. But R. Kelly, see, the difference is that if they were saying, I want R. Kelly, and they were lying to get to him, and that's how they got to him, that'd be different. But R. Kelly knew their ages, and he was with it.
And he was still with it.
Lil Shawty was playing R. Kelly.
Young ladies.
Never mind.
I want R.
You said who was?
I said when I had my situation, Lil Shawty was playing R. Kelly, the one that was out there. It's like, it's ironic, you know.
What situation?
A little young girl.
I told you I had a
Remember he told you
situation
little young
where
girl was
I got by a young joint that wasn't even legal, and I ain't know
Oh,
it.
she kept trying to attack you.
No, she was.
Nah.
She said she pulled up in what kind of
She
Mercedes?
pulled up in like in a Mercedes Benz on like a Thursday at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, see, this is back, this is like in the early 2000s, so it ain't like it is today where youngins running wild and shit. It was still a little. So I'm thinking, okay, 2 o'clock in the morning. I was on my way out of town. She pulled up on me at the gas station, get the number. I come back in town, you know, take care of it. I called the house like a week later. Nah, her mom's did. Luckily, dad, I don't know, he probably would have got a pistol. But she was like, yeah, my daughter's only 17. I appreciate you don't call my house. I was like, I'm sorry. I would never do it again. I would lose this number. Now I check ID.
And you said
What would
you
happen if you
called
ran
her
back into her after that?
when
Well, she was
wrong.
legal. Hey.
But he said she was playing.
still 17.
So she was
Nah.
playing R. Kelly when she pulled up on her.
Yeah.
She ain't nothing but a number.
Nah, I would have done that. I would have asked for ID on that. Like, I need to see your ID, Shawty. That music, yeah, that theme song you rolled up to just let me know I need to ask you a certain couple questions. Yeah, but yeah, it's a crazy situation. I mean, R. Kelly, I didn't know he was as screwed up as, you know, he is with all the stuff that's come out. I still, you know, hearing the story about him with the young boy now, I'm like, wow, you know. But I mean,
At this point, you could tell me so many things about R. Kelly, and I would not be surprised, especially when I heard his brother tell the story.
Oh, see, I didn't really get too far into it once I saw the tape, and you know.
And see, that's my thing. I didn't watch the documentary because I felt like, for me, majority of us already knew the situation with Aaliyah. Let us know how he wrote. I mean, you can't be surprised 20, 30 years after he came out that he feel like age ain't nothing but a number. You can't be surprised that he likes young girls when he married Aaliyah when she was 15, and it has been said that she was pregnant by him, and he obviously knew how old she was. So we can't be but so surprised. For that documentary, I felt like it was gonna tell me stuff I already knew.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really get too, like I said, too engulfed in it. You know, it is what it is. It's some crazy, fucked up people in this world, famous or not famous, and you know he's famous, and that makes it more, you know, talked about and more on the news. So I mean,
and we all know somebody. We all know those old dudes that used to come out to the high school to pick up the young girls. We know.
I used to aspire to be one of those dudes back in the day. Like, I want to be what that old dude.
And then when you got that age, you wasn't thinking nothing about those high school girls.
Damn right. But some of those other folks, they don't have the ability to deal with a woman their age because they can't hold a conversation or, you know, even relate to be able to talk to a woman. You know, they don't respect them and don't even look at them as equal. So they can only get those young ones that's, you know, self-esteem is low or they don't know no better.
Somebody they can manipulate.
Yeah, you know, I was in that game, you know, certainly. But yeah, it's a complicated situation because it goes back, as we always talk about, it goes back to the home and what you get taught at home and what you know is right and wrong. And unfortunately, in some of those situations with R. Kelly, some of the folks in the home are the ones that push the young ladies into that situation. So I don't know, man. It's no easy answer. It's ongoing issue in this country, not just with R. Kelly, but with, you know, other, you know, families, kids, women, children. See, but yeah, that opens up a whole nother can of worms about stuff. We want to get real about it.
I mean, go ahead on your soapbox. You know you love being on your soapbox.
Yeah, I ain't been on the soapbox for a while, but I mean,
man, you on the soapbox every week,
right?
Just not a long time, you know. I ain't done my 5-10 minute rants in a while, you know.
I mean, you still drink? You drinking the maraschino cherry?
I don't know what I'm drinking next. I'm sipping on this Corona right now. I might crack that Maker's Mark. I don't know.
Ooh, you get fancy. You get that Maker's Mark, you gonna be in somebody's.
You got $40?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I got.
Yeah, man, I'm good.
I got 6 cars out already. I'm good. I'm on a good pace. I'm alright. I'm good.
You got your $40 tapping fee, nigga?
I just might, just in case.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said, I don't really want to get on my soapbox. I'm feeling good. I don't want to get too deep.
Oh, you don't want to get angry because you be getting angry.
I be getting passionate.
When do you get give those soapboxes that are like good soapboxes? I mean, when do we get those? Sometimes we don't really get those often.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that often because it got to be something that's because you know it's so much fucked up stuff going on in the world right now that no matter, you know, if somebody does do something good, it's so much negative that you don't even think about the good that's being done. So you're right. Yeah, you're right.
It's funny because you be so serious and we just be looking at
because I watch because now I don't engage as much on social media because I'm trying to avoid, you know, social media jail.
By the way, I noticed.
For what did you do now?
Now they said that if I do something else, I'm gonna be on restriction.
Yeah.
Facebook is some haters.
Yeah, that's why, you know, I've been watching.
Just going through the crew.
They are. I told you, y'all guilty by association, man. Y'all been I've been tagging y'all in the post, and now they putting the whammy on y'all too. But it's just a combination of what's going on in society. That we don't relate to each other. We don't communicate with each other. We're of the instant gratification and instant text messaging. And I was watching some show, listening to a psychologist, and they were talking about, you know, how the younger generation is more used to texting because it's like they're in a relationship, girlfriend and boyfriends text more because you don't feel like you can get humiliated or embarrassed because you have the phone in between you and not speaking to that person directly face
I
to
feel like
face.
it's lazy.
Well, I mean, it's all they know.
Yeah.
Like I said, we had text messages back in the day when you had to hit the button 3-4 times. So
Yeah, we
we're
wasn't doing that.
we're good at texting, but we also like to use the phone sometimes. So
I'd rather in person.
I know some folks call me because I still got a house phone. I don't
I
answer
do
it.
too. I have a house phone, but I have children. Well, one kid with me now. But you know, he gets his phone taken all the time. So I need to make sure if he's in the house, he can dial 911 or something.
Yeah, but it's just that they're just
From school?
Huh?
School takes his phone?
No, I take it.
Oh.
I'm still that mom. You got a lot of parents that don't take phones. I take phones.
I mean, I don't understand as a parent how you
don't take the phone.
Nah, how you don't choke the little motherfucker out when they need to be choked out. I don't understand this mentality of, you know, I'm not going to spank my kid because I don't want them afraid of me. You know.
Oh, I want them to be.
Yeah,
afraid. They're supposed to be.
they
afraid
have
of
to
it.
have discipline.
You're
Fear
right. They have
fear
to
is
fear
key.
you.
Like
Because
I
if they
said,
don't fear you as the authoritative figure in their life, they're not going to fear authoritative figures as an adult. And we already know that that's a problem.
Yeah. So growing up, they used to tell me I was mean to my nephews and sisters and stuff. And I was like, why? And they was like, because, you know, you do mean, you know, you're heavy on the discipline. I was like, so I went to my sister. She's like, I don't like you. I said, you don't have to. I'm your brother. You know, I don't need to like you.
We grew up in the I'm not your little friend. That's what we grew up in.
oh yeah, I'm not Uncle Two. I posted a picture on Facebook probably about 5 years ago of my nieces and nephew getting out of school, and all of them was in trouble, and all of them was getting ass whooping, and all of them was sitting there in the car like, this nigga about to beat my ass. Like, you damn right. Because you gotta have that discipline to let them know, you know, that there are repercussions to you not acting right or you not doing right. And without that, you're going to have nothing, man. You got to have discipline in order for them to know the do what's right from wrong. Knowing what's right and wrong and acting what's right and wrong are two different things.
Right.
And they could know what's right and wrong, but if they don't have that discipline or that fear to know that if they do the wrong thing, there's going to be repercussions behind it, then yeah, it's pointless. So
I mean, you saw I told you I was about to beat my nephew up at his party.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Hey, same thing. Chuck E. Cheese. I told one of my nieces when they was young, I'll beat you in front of the little mouse.
but I feel like if certain people should have been beat a long time ago, and that's why they acted the way they are. With that said, I'm not trying to say he should have been beat, but let's talk about wrestling
Oh.
and this dress.
No, he should have been beat.
I said I'm not saying that.
No, I'm saying it. I'm clearly saying it.
What is he doing? First of all, as a man, if you want to wear a dress, and that's your desire, okay, cool. I understand that.
No, he should have been.
But I don't understand Russell.
So no,
Did y'all see what he was wearing?
I don't understand that.
It's not even cute for like drag or if you were a woman. Like where did this dress come from?
Can I change what you just said?
Go ahead.
As a straight man.
I don't.
Maybe he's trying to tell us he's not straight.
As a straight man, if you portray yourself as a straight man and you have other dress, I have to question.
So can I?
Unless you're in Scotland, you're wearing a kilt.
But it's not a kilt.
As a straight man,
that's a dress thing.
It's a linen dress. One of the ones that back in the day the little girls used to
I thought the
hate.
nigga was going to prom.
It don't look like prom. It just looks like he's frolicking in lavender fields or something. It looks. It's ugly.
It's ugly.
It's ugly.
So
It's ugly.
I can't. And once again, if you are gay, I say you're gay.
And then he tagged Kendrick in it.
And then
Kendrick who?
Kendrick Lamar. He's like trying to like throw shade at Kendrick, and I'm like, bro, you're in a dress. Why are you? How are you throwing shade at another man and you're in a dress? I'm confused.
And once again,
it wasn't a good look.
if you are gay,
He'd be a horrible looking track.
And then
He have the triple double though.
It was the ugliest little skirt I ever saw.
Honestly, if you want to do that, I mean, you might as well go ahead and play for the WNBA. You probably have like a triple double.
Yeah, I don't. Like I just said, you know, if he's gay, you know, I don't care what you do on the court, off the court, yada yada yada. But I don't get it. I mean, I understand you're
Probably have
gay. You know, that's your thing.
Well, no, I don't think he's scared.
No, I'm not speaking. I was speaking.
In general, okay.
Well, I actually cut my own thought off. I was about to say like the dude Billy. That's who he reminds me of, and that Billy Porter. And
but Billy would not wear that. That's ugly. That's what I'm trying to say to y'all. Like even
I don't care if it's ugly. It's the point that he's wearing the
what
dress.
I'm saying is it's bad enough you got on a dress, but then it's ugly. Like what?
Let me tell you something like this.
Billy would not wear that. I'm telling you.
Let me tell you like this. So let's keep this 100.
That's what I'm trying to say to y'all. Like
Dennis Rodman did some weird shit.
he did.
Yeah.
But Dennis Rodman brought home championships.
Yes.
So no matter what he was doing, that's just Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman was in full drag and a wedding gown.
Dennis Rodman did some weird
And
shit.
wasn't he on Times Square that day?
But Dennis
Yes.
Rodman
It was
brought
a
home
mess.
championship.
But Dennis Rodman, we knew he was weird.
no matter
we
what
know
he was
Russell's
we knew.
weird.
But
This is
here's the thing.
we don't understand.
Dennis Rodman never let his weirdness affect his ability to bring home what? Championships. You're not if you ain't got one NBA ring,
But here's the thing. Dennis Rodman.
you better not even show up in a clown suit.
What? He can't wear a dress if he don't bring
home what?
Because
home
you
a
got,
ring.
no, because you showing that you more about distraction than about your team.
Before you can,
He said that man can't dress a drag unless he got a championship.
I mean,
If you Russell, you get a championship, so you can wear all the dresses you want.
Yeah. According to 151,
yeah. Dennis, we knew Dennis did it for he did it for publicity stuff for his book.
Yeah, he did.
And you know he.
I mean, Dennis used to bring around drag queens and set NBA players up for sale. Fun.
That's so wrong.
Yeah,
Hey.
Something wrong with Dennis.
I mean, you gotta look. If she can palm a basketball just like you might want to hold up a little bit before you know.
Especially if Dennis introduced you.
Yeah, I'm gonna think twice. I'll be like, man, I'm going to the bathroom. You need to go to? Which bathroom you going to?
Nah, Dennis, he introduced
If
you.
y'all both going in the men's bathroom and she going into the
You
stall.
need to check all kinds of things on her.
Feel like
If
throwing
Dennis-
something.
yeah.
Massager throw. You want this drink? And I heard this is
Dennis
good for
thought that
digestion.
was funny.
John Dyer said Dennis used to set the rookie niggas up all the time.
If y'all both go to the men's
It's wrong.
bathroom,
It's
you going
funny
into the
though.
stall.
Something was wrong with Dennis, though.
Yeah, we know something was wrong with Dennis, man. I mean,
But you knew that on the court too.
but yeah,
Like,
you
he was
know,
a little extra. aggressive.
Madonna. I mean, Madonna, Carmen Electra. You know,
Yeah. But he had some bad chicks too.
yeah. I want to.
So
You said you had Carmen was cute, yeah.
Carmen,
Yeah.
What-
Carmen was sexy.
hold on.
Carmen was one of my
We
my
already
crushes.
know because you love you a good fine white woman,
She
don't
was
you?
a fine white
Ah.
woman, fine woman. Yeah, she was mixed.
Yeah.
You know, Prince had that too.
Yeah.
So, as
I don't know if I can handle that Prince had. No telling how the freaky shit that purple motherfucker did.
I mean, Dennis was too, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How freaky Prince was. And then, if I say that about Prince and that is wrong, that let you know.
Wait. Now when you said that, like, damn, she doesn't have Prince and then
Oh,
Rodman.
she-
we know
bruh.
we know what Carmen is.
No,
Them
I'm
days,
thinking,
Carmen
hey,
is-
you know what? I can put
She must got some
Carmen
WD-40
is
down there.
serious, okay?
She got some WD-40 to tighten that thing back up.
No, I think you wake up in the morning and she got you handcuffed to the bed.
I never like handcuffs. I
She
never.
got you handcuffed. She don't care.
Nah, I tell the chicks
So
now.
when you go to
Nah,
sleep, you can be like, baby, I don't like handcuffs. She gonna wake up. She
Okay.
I'm keeping one hand under my pillow. Fuck that. You gotta yank my arm. That's I don't ain't nothing sexy about handcuffs. I'm sorry. If you been locked up, ain't nothing sexy about it. Even the
But
furry.
I don't think you're gonna deal with Carmen. And how about that?
She can get locked up.
you gonna wake up.
I like to use my hands too much.
So, yeah, I bet you like to choke.
Only when asked. Sometimes.
So yesterday,
Sometimes, Steve.
so yesterday was 9/11. You know, I always hate when
Yeah, I bet you like the
9/11 comes, the day, because then people post shit and dumb shit.
So
Oh,
yesterday.
the hitting the towers was fake and,
So yesterday
Oh,
was
you talking
9/11.
about that?
stuff like that. And regardless of how you feel, men and women lost their lives.
Exactly. Regardless of the reason why they lost their lives, the fact of the matter is they lost their lives.
as a New Yorker, that was the worst day of my life because
hitting the tower.
during that time, I was in Atlanta. I was with KB Toys.
Regardless of how you
I was
feel,
in Atlanta
men
for
and
my
women lost
first
lives.
managers meet. After this, we stopped going to managers meets at the time. But I was out of town. Was in Atlanta for. It's actually the first time I went to
During
Atlanta.
that time,
And we was there for a managers meeting. We flew in 9:10,
Atlanta for my first
and I woke up
meet.
to an airplane getting the World Trade.
But I was out of town. I was in Atlanta for. It's actually the first time I went to Atlanta. And
Couldn't call none of my family in New York.
for a managers meeting.
Nothing worked.
We flew in.
And then
9:10.
the plane went down by the Pentagon. So at the time we had 2 ways.
Hitting the World Trade.
So my assistant is texting me what's going on, and he tells me about the plane that hit down by the Pentagon. It's a whole mall shit.
And then the plane went
He's
down
in
by
Boston.
the Pentagon. So
That mall
at the time
shook
we had
as well as Pentagon City. So my former assistant is in Pentagon City, and he's like,
what's
"Yo,
going on?
the
He
mall
tells me about
shook.
the plane that hit
I don't know
down by
what
the
to do."
Pentagon.
Right.
The whole
So I was
mall
like, close. I was like, text him back and tell him to close
He's
the
in
store.
Boston.
Yeah.
So he was like,
as well as Pentagon City.
he was like,
So
then I gotta call somebody. So I texted him back. I was like, no, because everybody that could fire you is here with me in Atlanta, and none of them bought a cell phone charger. I was the only person that actually had a cell phone charger.
So he was like,
Before smartphones, you know,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
phone used to stay good for like 3 to 4 days, because we was only supposed to be there for like 2 days.
Right.
everybody that
So
could fire you
no one bought a cell phone
is here
charger.
with me in Atlanta.
So
and none
I'm
of them had a
like,
cell phone charger. I'm the only person that actually has
I was like, one, you can always blame it on me, and two, all the people that could fire you
your
don't
phone
have
used to
phone
stay
service.
good for like
They
3
want to
to
know
4
if you closed
days.
them all or not.
Because we
Right.
only supposed
So
to
I
be
was
there
like,
for like 2
close
days.
the store.
So
And
no one with a cell phone
you
charger.
know, several years ago we had a
I'm like,
when we started the True Radio Network.
I was like,
And
one,
we was
you
in
can
one of
only
the
blame it
group
on me,
chats.
and
There was
two,
a dumbass in
all
there,
the people that could fire you,
and their dumbass decided
they want to know if you closed them all or not.
he was like, oh well,
So
you know,
close the store.
the World Trade was fake and all this. Like I you know, I'm from New York, so I've been on the train where we had to get off the train because there was always attacks on the World Trade Center.
There's
Yes.
a dumbass in
It
there.
was
So-
not the first.
Yeah, that wasn't the first.
Like it is.
I was like, I was there the summer when the blind nigga blew up the vans in the parking lot of the World Trade. I remember riding, like I said, riding the train. I'm coming in from the Port Authority. They're like, by the way, this train will not be stopping at the World Trade because there's a bomb. Like that was a serious thing.
And then somebody flew a plane into was it the World Trade Center or the no, it was Empire
Like
State.
I said, riding the train,
Yeah.
I'm coming in from the Port
But
Authority.
I mean,
they're like,
these type of
by
things.
the
So
way,
we think
this
things
train
happen.
will not
So
be
when
stopping
people
at the World Trade
say how
because
fake
of
and
the
all
bomb.
this other stuff is
Like,
about,
that
like,
was a- that
I
was
get really
serious.
offended because I really know, and at the end of the day, a lot of people lost their lives.
At
A
the
lot
end
of-
of the day, it was a tragic moment.
Yes.
Whether you feel it was constructed by these people over here, by our government, regardless, it was tragic.
So I saw a post of it today actually. Well, first of all, nigga was like, if you think instead of saying 9/11, he said if you think 9-1-1 was real, I was like, nigga, that's not.
That's 911. That's what you call.
Yeah, that's what you call. And he was like, that's like saying there's a war on COVID.
Today, actually,
I work in healthcare.
If you
There's
think,
a war on
instead of
COVID.
saying 9/11, he said, you think 9
It's very
I've seen people die. I've seen my intensive care unit filled up with bodies. I've had to go through training and then
That's like saying there's
get
a
my
war on
staff the proper training on how to clean a COVID room. I've cleaned a COVID room myself.
I've seen people
Yeah.
die.
My
I've
nephew
seen
has
my
COVID right
intensive
now.
care unit filled
So
up
when
with
people
bodies.
say like it
I
ain't
had
real,
to-
like get the
I
fuck
mean,
out
I
of here.
had to go through training
As-
and then get
as
my
far
staff
as,
the proper training on how to clean a
nine
COVID
11,
room.
one thing I
cleaned a
posted
COVID room
was years
myself.
ago. I posted on September 12th.
You
I
know.
said everyone talks about never forget 9/11.
So when people say like it ain't real,
In wake of all the tragedy, September 12th, the vibe of our country was so different.
Yeah.
It was so people spoke to each other. People came together.
Yeah.
Unlike anything that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Our country was actually unified on September 12th of 2000.
Now, oddly enough, September 11th, 2001, I was pregnant with my daughter, who will be 20 this year, so obviously 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And my ex was in the military. And I had just had my baby shower for my daughter. I was in Norfolk, Virginia. Obviously, I went to Norfolk State. I have a bunch of friends down there. I lived down there. And it was pretty scary to be down there because all we heard was the planes. And if you don't know, yes, the Navy has planes. They have probably more planes than the Air Force. Those aircraft carriers are usually filled with planes. Those are Navy planes. They fly out onto the ships. Immediately, when the first plane hit, I was watching TV and I saw the building burning. When the second plane hit, I watched it live, but I was looking like, wait a minute, is this footage of the first plane hit? I was like, no, that's the second building. Wow, right? Then they had to send all the ships out. I was at my old roommate's house. We were roommates on campus in the dorms and in college and everything, but this was her apartment, her townhouse. And it was myself, my roommate, my old roommate, her cousin's best friend. All four of us had Navy men. All four of us got one call after another. We going out, we going out, we going out. One of my friends, who was in the Navy at the time, just posted how one of the ships, the George Washington, was out, like just on like a couple days. They sent them immediately to New York. The George Washington had to go up there, along with the Comfort, the hospital ship. They were there, assisting people, treating people. You know, we were young.
It was crazy.
We were young, and to deal with something that tragic.
It was the worst. I've been in bad situations. But my cousin worked at the Pentagon.
Yeah.
To be out of town and not be able to reach your family in New York.
Right.
And then not be able to reach your family in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't get, like I said, the only technology that actually worked at the time was a two-way page.
Right, because everybody didn't have those. But cell phones, matter of fact, house phones weren't even working. I kept trying to reach my dad because I'm from here. You know, my family's here. My mom worked downtown. There were rumors of bomb threats downtown. My mom, I didn't know she was off of work that day, and she was at the dentist.
Yeah.
But I'm calling her office. It said it was disconnected.
Yeah.
I'm calling the house phone. I'm calling the cell phones. I'm blowing them up. I can't reach anybody.
We was getting busy cities.
Yeah.
So like
right, but downtown, disconnected.
Yeah.
The house phone, busy. The cell phone, you cannot reach the what?
See,
what do you mean?
Mine was the opposite because I actually was, like you said, watching it live. But I was actually luckily I was able to get through to my mom and my sister, make sure everybody was good before the whole shit went down. But like you said, I remember the day perfectly. It was a Tuesday. I was off from work. Normally I'd be watching a movie or Sports Center or something, just recapping, you know, what went on. But I was watching the news, you know, partaking. I was partaking of some herbal medication early in the morning, you know. So turned the news on and it was like, yeah, a plane, you know, flew into the World Trade. So I'm looking at it, seeing the smoke. I'm like, damn, no, that's fucked up. Then I'm watching.
Right, and you
boom, the other play. I'm like,
right, you like, hold up. Did I just see this live?
Did that shit just happen? Am I watching it? I thought I was watching the news. Like that shit really happened.
So on the True Radio Network a couple years ago, a dumbass put, I think it was a Fresh Prince walking on the Twin Towers as it was falling. Talking about it was.
Did I just see this live?
You know what this dumbass is.
So on the True Radio Network page several years ago, the dumbass put
I got it.
I think it was a Fresh Prince.
Phil.
I figured.
On the Twin Towers as it was falling.
So it was Phil who did it, and I just stopped really fucking with him because I honestly.
Oh yeah, I didn't put that dude on my. I totally forgot.
But it was just so, and I think I wound up when I wound up seeing him, I said, dog, that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I'm a New Yorker. Like at the end of the day, nigga, I don't care how long I live. That's my hometown. That's disrespectful to the men, the women. Like Marvel Comics was affected. Comic books were affected by what happened. Hip hop was affected by what happened.
That's my home.
You know, if you listen to what's the name, they bleep out blowing up like the World Trade.
Yeah, they took it out.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even talking about that one, obviously, because he wasn't here.
No,
but he was talking about the previous explosion.
He's when they put the blind guy, the bombs underneath.
Right.
If you listen to
so that's how much it affected our life. And it's just crazy. You know, like I said, no matter what your conspiracy theories is, the building fell. There were
people
in that building, but not only that, but there were first responders that raced up in that building to get people out. Like, if you don't have the courage to say, I'm going in there, I don't even know if I have that type of courage. I'll be honest with you. To go somebody, to pull people out.
There was a documentary that was done on Two Brothers. Remember that documentary?
Like,
it was a documentary done on Two Brothers. They were doing a documentary on
I don't even know if I have that type of courage. I'll be honest with you.
Right? Before
the pull people out is something.
And they were supposed to be following everyone in the firehouse, especially the working in this firehouse. The one that's closest to World Trade. That was their job. So they were doing. And they were following them. 9/11 happens. They go along with them. They're standing downstairs in World Trade, and you hear the building's burning up above. You hear boom, boom. Those are people jumping out of the windows.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Being burned. That was so scary. That's when the whole video got real.
I know what you're talking about.
And then they were trying to go upstairs. They were trying to pull people out. They were trying to help.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
People don't realize, and I remember the stories you're talking about. So people were jumping out. They'd rather jump and hit the pavement than be burnt alive. And I don't blame them.
They said that's like the worst feeling ever, to be burned like that.
People don't realize, and I remember.
And you're not dying right away. You're literally just.
People were jumping
burnt
out. They rather jump.
So if you jump off the World Trade, I don't blame you. By the time you hit the ground, you're already dead.
Yeah, because they were up high.
Yeah.
And you're not dying right away. You're literally just.
That's. For you to say, I'd rather just hit the ground than to be burnt, that's some deep shit.
But I do feel like it's real disrespectful for every year 9/11 comes around and people are focused more on conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory or not, as far as things happen, but it's not even keep it to yourself. I have my thoughts about why. I can't deny what happened after. Those planes or whatever people want to call them hit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, lives were lost.
And some of you people who conspiracy theories, y'all niggas ain't even got a 6th grade education, but now all of a sudden I'm supposed to believe your mathematics about what it takes. Fuck out.
Some people felt like it was a bomb. Some people felt like it was this. Some people. Okay, there were people in the building.
People in the building that fell.
The building came down.
But now all of a sudden,
I have my own
supposed to believe your
theories
mathematics about
right.
What it
but
takes.
At the end of the day,
but don't dishonor the dead who passed away.
Yeah, it passed away.
At the end of the day, people died, and it was tragic. It was like the whole country had PTSD because of this. Like real talk, we were shook.
Yep.
So don't dishonor the dead.
No planes. Oh, by the time after seeing that, the next time anybody out on the plane, what was going on?
It took me 10 years.
People was eyeballing everybody on the plane. Like real talk, we were a country with PTSD.
Yep.
The thing, it took me almost. Actually, I hadn't been on a plane up until the first time I went to Miami 4 years ago. That's how long it took me to get over being on
Yeah,
the
it took me
plane.
a long
Because the day I flew out on 9, I literally flew out on 9/10 from National Airport.
Right.
It took me
9/11 was the next day.
Actually,
And
I hadn't
even
been on a plane.
and then I had to
Like,
leave
the
by
first time I went
myself.
to Miami 4 years
Like
ago.
my man already paid my ticket for Miami. I'm all amped to go, and then it hit me.
I flew out on 9.
And I'm like, then I'm nervous and I'm
You
scared.
gotta get on a plane. Oh.
And then I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And then
And even
I downloaded some movies. I put my headphones in, and then I made it. And even now, like real talk, I still get nervous. I used to fly with no problem because I grew up flying from New York to Virginia, from New York to DC all the time.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
So when niggas be like, oh, I'm scared to get on the plane, I never had that fear up until now.
Like real talk.
And even now, when I get on the plane,
Like if we hit turbulence, I'm looking at everybody. I'm just nah.
I never really had an issue after 9/11. I always had the mindset when you go, because I used to fly a lot also. And then I had the mindset, once the door closed, either one or two things is going to happen. You're going home or you're going home.
Yeah, but if you go to that other home, it's gonna be scary.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it's nothing you
So
can do.
that's why
But I mean, I'll be knocked out sleep on the plane, and then when you hit that turbulence and you sleep, oh my.
Yeah, I can never sleep on the plane.
Oh, I
I can
knocked
never.
out.
I used to.
I tried to sleep.
I purposely make myself in the situation where
I
I
just get
sleep.
twisted.
I like looking out the window.
I do too,
Yeah.
but I'm knocked out most of the time
I can't get.
on purpose.
I used to fly to Houston. It's like a 3-hour flight. Even if I was flying out like at 6 in the morning, I party all night.
It's not a 3-hour flight, nigga.
Well, it's a 2-hour flight, but 3 hour when you count the hour
No,
difference.
it's like a 5-hour.
Oh no,
No.
you can get there.
You can get there 2-hour direct
Yeah.
flight. Yeah, direct
'Cause
flight out of BW.
I fly to Dallas often.
Yeah.
I went to when I went to
It's not a 3 hour.
when I went to Austin, it was more like a 4 or 5 hours.
I was on Continental, baby. She took care of
Austin should be 3. Austin should be about 3. Because Dallas, from here to Dallas, maybe about 2.5. Austin should be about 3.
Yeah, because the Houston is a 2-hour flight because of the hour difference being 3.
It was
Right.
more like a 4 or 5 hour flight.
Yeah, I never had a problem with flying. Like I said, I get on, take my herbal medication beforehand. Give me a drink.
I like how you say it like it's
What? It's herbal medication, baby.
So I was shouting out 9/11 all that other good shit. So yesterday, at festival, shout out to DJ Burke. And there was an old new school / rapper there.
I was shouting out 9/11 all that other good shit. So yesterday,
So y'all know the rapper Mims, this is why I thought. And I thought, damn, I should get my camera out, take a picture, and watch it on this.
there was an old new school / rapper there.
We only had that one song.
Yeah, that one song. That was the main one I know from. This is why my.
I can't
He had a
remember.
follow-up song,
I can't remember.
but this is why hot is what I know.
And I thought,
They even
damn,
put
I
this
should get my
out.
camera out, take
Really?
a picture, watch it on
You
this.
were a good one.
I was, he's from New York. I'm from New York.
That's the only reason why you bought it.
Yeah, that one. That was the main one I know. This is why my. I think he had a
I
follow-up
saw
song.
him in like a performance. I can't
But this is
remember.
why
what.
So he performed This Is Why. He did his other song, and he did another song, and he did This Is Why I'm Hot. And then when he got to the last verse, This Is Why I'm Hot, he was like, oh, y'all gotta forgive me. I can't remember my last verse.
But was he drunk? Was he high?
I know.
So
It was a 420 friendly
he did
event.
another song, and he did another song. And he
So
did
now that I
And then
witnessed
when
him
he got to the
smoke,
last verse, this is why I was like, oh.
Nigga,
but I'm not looking for
I
it.
can't remember.
you
my
had one job
You
to
ain't
know
never
your
like-
one hit
You ain't never lie.
from 20 years ago.
It was a 420 friendly.
Your one thing that you pull up in the club and getting cheeks and you were spitting rhymes from that joint. How you gonna forget the third verse and you ain't have to go that far to get the chick to the house? You just got to do the first two, and it was over.
Here's the crazy thing though, nigga, I wouldn't even know the third verse if you didn't say you fucking forgot the third verse.
Niggas ain't even know it had a third verse. It was the third verse of that motherfucker. Real shit.
Man.
I thought it was This Is How It's Hot.
I
That's
was,
sad though. That's real
I
sad.
was like, real talk. I shout out to Gilly the Kid.
Here's the
I've
crazy
seen
thing,
Gilly
though.
perform.
Nigga, I wouldn't even know the third verse if you
Oh,
didn't say
his
you
joints.
fucking forgot the third
I've never
verse.
seen Gilly forget a verse. And his energy's always been good. I don't care if it's 101 million in the fucking. I think Gilly.
Let me tell you something. That song. This is why I'm hot. That's the only reason why he's there.
I've never seen Gilly forget a verse.
For him not to know that song, and that's the only reason why you're there.
Yeah.
His energy's always been good.
It's not. It's fucking very bad.
You
You're trying to be polite about it. No, that's fuck.
Look for what? Look. I gotta be polite sometimes because y'all say I was mean to some people.
Nah, that shit's fucking terrible. And then to be in New York, nigga, at that, like the home of hip hop. You from the birthplace of fucking hip hop.
But first of all, you can't even hold him to that because
yes, I can.
No, when he was hot,
terrible.
He wasn't holding up to no type of New York. I'm from the birthplace of hip hop standard. He wasn't holding up to that then. We can't hold him to that now. We just need to hold him to this verse.
That nigga was born. I was in the birthplace of hip hop.
Yeah, but when he came out, he wasn't fly for real. He said, "This is why I'm hot," but he really wasn't all that hot. You know?
I mean, his lyrics have never been great.
They weren't good at all.
They were probably a C minus.
When you go back and listen to the song,
they're probably like a C minus D plus.
If it wasn't for the hook
but that's another thing I got an issue with is that nigga, you don't even have a complicated style.
No, you don't.
Like if Nas forgot something, Nas can say the complicated shit.
I can't remember Nas.
You know, I gave you power. He rapping about it. Nigga, Nas made a song called Rewind, rapping in reversal.
That's
still
my
mad.
favorite Nas song, honestly. That's
so if you forgot a bar in that, I could be like, yo,
but
I'm
at the
good.
same time,
That's some hard shit.
But if you have a set, like in true artist fashion, if you have a set and you know you're going to perform X, Y, Z, then guess what you should know?
You should know that song.
If you forgot a bar in that, I could be like, yo.
I just know this.
That's not professional.
I just know this even before verses. Redman and Method Man, when they perform together, they damn near do their whole fucking catalog. I've heard niggas be like, yo, you need to see Redman at the Howard Theater. Them niggas is phenomenal. I know from the Hard Knock Life tour, niggas didn't even want to go out there. The reason why they had to go first is because niggas didn't really want to go. Jay and them didn't want to go out the Red and Meth. It was like, nah, fuck that shit. Put them niggas out first and put somebody else, and then I'll go.
Yeah.
Because them niggas was that fucking good.
And it's so funny because like if you watch them on verses,
the reason why they had to go first is because niggas didn't really.
That's what I'm saying. It's Red and Meth. Them niggas is high all the
They
time.
always
And here's the thing though, Red and Meth, them niggas know each other verses. They ain't even
that fucking good.
Method Man is from Shaolin, Staten Island. Redman's from New Jersey, but I guarantee you, Redman was known Method Man's part as much as Method Man knew Redman's part. That shit's phenomenal. If you ever seen Jada and Styles perform, which I've seen when we went to Philly with Gilly,
Staten Island,
them niggas was back and forth. When Styles doing songs, Jada's his hype man. When Jada doing songs, Styles his hype man. Like, and them niggas was blazed. Them niggas got blazed before the show.
Which I seen when we went to Philly with Gilly.
But we see why.
Them niggas was back
Got
and forth.
you, man.
When Styles do a song, Jada's his hype man.
We one hit because he don't even know because he don't know the third verse.
Them niggas was blazed. Them niggas got blazed before the show.
I was just so disappointed because I just remember the great conversation we had with Sunshine Anderson about being a one-hit wonder and about all the stuff that she was able to do and all the other stuff. And nigga, you afforded the same fucking opportunity, and you're gonna tell me you don't know your fucking third verse?
I was just so
like I said, it's the only reason.
That's bullshit.
It's the only reason why he was there.
About being a one-hit wonder.
That's like a porno star, like, yo, I'm coming in, I'm about to fuck the shit out of this chick, but I got a lip dick.
What?
I left my dick at home.
Wait. How did we get here? Wait. How did you go to the porn star?
That's bullshit.
Because he's just so extreme with it.
Oh my god.
What had
I
happened was
just feel really disrespectful being from New York that he did what he did.
So you took it personally?
I didn't want to take a picture. I didn't even
No,
take a
I'm saying
picture.
you took it personally.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
You know, from the home of hip hop, we set a standard. Like, niggas, did you not watch the Dipset Locks battle? It's a standard. And then you set us back 20 years.
I didn't want to take a picture. I didn't even.
You got niggas wonder why the South winning because the niggas like, yeah.
hip hop. You
All right, real
set a
quick. Let's talk
standard.
about
Like,
this Big Brother. Y'all heard
nigga,
about this?
did you not watch the Dipset
Okay, let me tell
Locks
y'all.
battle?
So
It's a
I don't
standard.
watch Big Brother. Don't.
And
I
then he
remember when
said
it
it's
first
back
came
20
out.
years.
Big Brother's on
Yeah,
season, I
niggas
think
wonder why the
23,
South winning
24,
because the
something
niggas
like
like, yeah.
that. Right. So Big Brother traditionally
No, what's up?
has always had a white winner. Always had a white winner. And we're not talking about Big Brother celebrity. We talking about just regular Big Brother.
They got a Big Brother After Dark.
I think that's just footage from Big Brother.
Some other stuff going on.
Yeah, but it's the footage.
I mean, it's from
the
they
show,
show some
Big
of that
Brother,
extra.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I saw that.
So
one, yeah.
Big Brother this season. Okay, so every Big Brother has an alliance. Okay, so people have little secret meetings and they got plots, plans to get things together, right? Usually somebody breaks the alliance. The alliances are normally not successful. Well, this season, Big Brother decided to be more culturally diverse because the complaint was they don't have a lot of minorities. They start off with
Because they don't fuck with us.
They start off with like 12 people. 6 of those 12 people were black. Okay? Already epic, right? Those black people, I think like on day 3, came together and decided to do what? Create an alliance. 6 black people. They called themselves the Cookout. Okay? Their plan was to not let anybody see them all together. And not, so they didn't come together, all 6 of them at once. And they said, attach yourself to one person outside of this group to make people think that you have an alliance with them. So they'll never associate you to us. And if you and your person, you and your buddy, you and your person that they think you have an alliance with, when they go up on the chopping block, we have the power to vote you for you and get them out. It successfully worked for the first time ever. The last 6 people are the 6 people from the Cookout, all black people. So the Big Brother is going to be a black winner for the first time ever. There are previous Big Brother winners that are blown away. They are commenting, they're like, oh, this is a successful alliance. They're blown away. So now I want to watch the Big Brother because we're going to have a black winner. The last 6 people are the Cookout.
We're gonna see what happens. How they're gonna divide them and who's gonna be the winner now. Kind of
It don't matter because and it's so funny because this one girl, she was Latino and white. She was mixed. And towards the end, people started realizing, white people here. And the girl said, well, she pointed it out. And she said, well, I'm half white. Am I next? The Cookout said yes. She was gone. So this was the first time they had a successful alliance. It was an all black alliance. They made it through, and now we're down to the final 6, and there's 6 black people.
Well,
that's the story.
That is. One of the reasons I never really watch shows like that because it wasn't too many black women. And I don't like how they painted black people. But then again, I don't like how love the hip hop is black people.
That's why a lot of people say that this will make black people proud because it shows 6 black people
can be
successfully working together. And they did it better than anybody has ever done.
But then again,
we are some of the greatest hustlers and movers that a lot of us don't that we don't pay for. And we don't get dropped. So real talk. CP3 hit me up the other day and was like, I want to get this, and so I can stream the game and do my post stuff, from the bar. When it's been alright, this guy went and did it. Like the drive of a black person is very underestimated. Creativity, like real talk, all the neighbors just looking. What are you doing?
They ain't never seen a black man
and
with a
real
TV
talk is
outside.
that there's a nigga down the street that has a joint.
Like the drive of a black person.
The show ain't a show without a call.
Very underestimated. creativity. Like,
Watch
talk
the
all
show.
the neighbors.
But
What are you doing? And,
like
and
real
real
talk,
talk
like
is that
these dudes,
there's a nigga down the street
there's a person down the street that has a big joint attached to his porch,
Like a screen.
like a 60-inch.
Yeah.
But is it a screen or is it TV?
It's TV.
TV. Yeah.
And but to see how CP3 did it,
Like, there's a person down the street that has
You gotta do the thing outside the box, man. You know, do what it gotta do. You know, we gotta keep expanding.
He made it look like
you made it like he was tailgating.
Yeah,
remember in
tailgate.
school when the teacher bring the TV
Yeah,
out
the
on the
AV
car.
card. Hey, I was that dude that used to go get the joy too. I was always an AV dude.
And then Renegade actually came through and they just watched the game. He was gonna go to a bar, but he wanted to come and watch the game.
Yeah, as I say, you know, got food, got drink, got game. What else more you need, man?
Oh Lord.
But it was
Female.
one of those things. People were stopping him
Yeah.
because people, when they sleep on the ingenuity of what black people are capable of doing, it's amazing.
Yeah. So I don't watch Big Brother, but y'all go watch because, like you said, it's amazing.
It was just one of those things.
And we got our mind set on something, and they were,
When they sleep
and the
on
fact that they stay
ingenuity of
loyal
what
to
black
each
people
other.
are capable of doing.
You know, they stayed loyal to each other. They executed the plan. They did what they set out to do, and that was the first time in all these seasons of Big Brother that an alliance was successful. Number one, and it just so happened that it's an all black alliance.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
They call it the cookout. I love it.
That's what we do, man. We do. Throw down on the grill, baby.
And that's what they said. That's the reason why they came up with the name. Black people congregating with each other, and they said we grilling them.
Gotta put
And
our
they
meat in their
did.
mouth. Gotta put our meat in their mouth.
And it's so beautiful.
Why you haven't turned into?
You notice I kept going, right? And then let me tell you something, and you'll probably appreciate it. This one black dude was finessing this white girl. I mean, and he was finessing her,
You have to turn into.
and she was just eating it up.
She hit that.
It don't matter, because
Yeah.
guess what he stayed true to?
Yeah, I
His
know that.
alliance,
But he still hit that.
his cookout. So
He had some coleslaw with his cookout that
you
day.
know what?
All right, Doug.
He's such a hoe.
Yeah, I'm about to wrap the layup in with that five.
And plus he getting hoish.
Hey, man.
You got your $40 ready, nigga? You go home or you going to Capitol Heights?
I don't know yet. It's still early.
If you can
I got
get
my
some of
dog.
it.
I got my dog this week, so make a little.
And he trying to lick me.
Yeah. we're about
Your
to wrap this up.
dog.
I gotta be to work at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, he nasty, y'all.
You look at feet, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
he
man.
was try-
I don't know where he got that shit from,
He
though.
was trying to lick my feet. He licked my arm. He keep looking at me like, hey, light skin.
Hey, man. We both on the mission, trying to get his on. too.
Right, he like, hey, boo.
As long as you don't stop humping your legs. you
Right.
know?
Yeah, he don't
He
do
too
that.
big to be doing that to me.
Yeah.
He knock me over, I'll be done
He
then.
ain't that big.
Your leg ain't gonna be the same.
He only 70 pounds. He acting like
He
he big.
only 70 pounds.
Man, I was telling
He
one
too
five
big to be jumping on me.
man, my neighbor got a boxer that's 9 months old that's 130 pounds. It's already this high. That joint crazy. I was like, yeah, that joint is huge.
Your leg ain't gonna be,
Nah,
be the
I'm
same.
good on that.
No, it's a mastiff, not a boxer, mastiff.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
9 months. Already
Because I was going to say
120
that
pounds.
boxers sound mixed, but
Yeah, nah, that's right. It's a mastiff. Yeah, that joint huge.
yeah, mastiffs are big.
Not I.
Taylor better stop playing. I'm leaving here by myself, Taylor.
No, yeah, you going home in a little while. He done had all day out.
He like, hey, boo. He laid up under me. CP3 dog trying to come home.
He just stretched out. That's what he
So
do.
next week we won't have a show. Renegade will be performing. And then the following week, I believe you have to get someone come through.
Yeah. Yeah. I won't say who yet, but yeah. I told y'all.
So next week, next
Yeah.
week we won't have a show.
So the plans changed for next week because originally I was supposed to have Chef Rock.
And then the following week,
He was going to dial that back to October. I mean, I really want to get him on, but it's an opportunity for Renegade to perform. We don't I do want to invite y'all out too, so you just let me know. But I don't really, I really don't have to perform in the DMV that much. Because when he does perform in the DMV, I want it to be special.
It's an opportunity for Renegade to perform. You know, we don't.
I wanted to be some whole shit. Like I will. Miami, we there. Atlanta, Philly, New York, we there. Like, and honestly, this is the first time in the DMV he's going to perform this set.
Okay. Well, you got to put the flyer up, invite people out.
I will
support.
Miami, we there.
Renegade.
Atlanta, Philly, New York, we there. Like, and honestly, this is the first time in the DMV he's going to perform this.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's at the private location, the same location where we did the Luke event at.
I'm well aware.
But none of those people are invited.
I'm just saying I'm well aware of the
it's gonna be nice. We'll have vendors out there, you know, we'll have the pool out there, we'll have vendors out there, food out there. Oh yeah, my moonshine man is gonna be out there. So I'm about to hit him up so I can have a friend at Gallon with him that day.
I'll be at my sister's brunch next Sunday. So depending on what time we get out.
That's
the event don't start till 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I think it's like from 11 to 3. I think.
Nigga, the gin ain't gonna start on time.
Depending on how many mimosas I have at the brunch though.
You need to be at this. Trust and believe. I'm telling you now.
So you sure you're not? You sure? Because nigga, you gonna have a whole bunch of mimosas. And then there's gonna be a whole bunch of women in bathing suits also swimming.
That's why I'm saying to him, I'm trying to drop hints. He not listening.
Man,
you gonna want to be there because you was mad you missed the last event at that same location.
No.
So you sure?
Now the difference is though. The difference is
different people.
Yes. So you might not have a chick that'll look at you and start sucking your dick in the pool.
That's cool.
However, you'll have a chick that you may be able to go on a couple of dates with, and then maybe y'all can work something out after.
Couple of dates.
The difference is though.
You know what? What are we gonna do with? I swear, and that's just how he called you a hoe. Like, but you proving my point.
At this point in my life right now, I'll take that tag. Cause I need.
You gonna take the whole tag?
I'm gonna take the whole tag because I guess.
You can't go on like 2-3 dates.
I mean, I can. It's hard.
What? We don't want to know that. Don't tell us it's hard. That's nice.
But you know,
too much.
Times is getting hard right now. So I've been working too much.
I mean, I mean, you can't expect every girl to fuck on the first date.
I know. I don't expect that no more.
Oh, the second, huh? Because you was like 2 dates.
I mean, the second or third. Because if you know you're gonna get her cheeks up or not, it don't make you a hoe if you fuck the first or second night. That's cool. I mean, you know what you want. I've had plenty of females.
You remind me of that Usher song. That one for the strippers, come get that money. Because when he say he don't mind if you dance on the pole, it don't make you a hoe.
No, it don't. It don't make you a hoe. I mean, you got to get your money some other ways that you got to do.
What are you, Usher brother, right now?
I'm just saying, you know, I don't ever call a chick that fucked me the first night a hoe. Like, you wanted some dick, we had a nice vibe, I'll give you some dick.
So that's one of the biggest things that people don't realize. Because I guess we can end it on something on this note because when the world said if you feeling the youngin and y'all do what y'all do.
Yeah, be grown.
Not every girl that you fuck on the first date is a hoe.
That's true.
So
not every girl.
That's one of the biggest myths that people
however, I just had this conversation with one of my boys. He was saying a lot of women are modern women, but they want traditional men. Then he said he wanted a traditional woman, right? I told him, you don't want a traditional woman. He said, what you mean? Yes, I do. I said, a traditional woman ain't giving it up to you on the first date. She not giving it up to you on the second date. You don't want a traditional woman. A traditional woman gonna make you wait to get some.
Yeah, I don't mind waiting.
Yeah, but you just made it seem like you didn't.
No, I mean, like I said right now in my current state of heavy baldness.
So what if you met a traditional woman right now? You not giving no time.
No, that's not true. If I talk to her and have a conversation with her and I realize, okay, it's worth me waiting for it, then yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
But if it's a chick that's like,
the first time you've ever said some shit like that.
Yeah, because, you know, if it's a smash and dash, then it's a smash and dash. But if it's somebody that I can have a conversation
But a
with.
traditional woman, you're not gonna want to smash and dash her if that's the case. If she's really a traditional woman
Exactly.
and she shows you she got those values, you better not try to smash and dash because
That is
I'm
the
gonna fight
first time
you
you've ever said
because
some shit like
I
that.
don't like that. But I feel like a lot of people out here they say they want certain things, but they're not providing it themselves.
Yeah, I feel you. Like I say, you
Because
know,
if you meet a traditional woman, are you gonna play the traditional man role?
yeah, that's what I do until they fuck up. That's what they normally do. They normally fuck up.
Oh my god.
Nah, because come on now, you know, I know most women don't admit it. When you give a woman what she wants or what she asks for, sometimes she don't know what the fuck to do
I
with
said
it.
a traditional woman.
Some of the traditional ones too.
Nah. You talking about a modern woman? A traditional woman ain't going out like that.
Traditional woman that's living in a modern
They hard
time.
to find. I'm gonna be real with you.
Oh, yeah.
Traditional women are hard to find, but so are traditional men.
I don't know.
You don't know?
So I don't know, man.
Because
'Cause like
these
I
men
said,
nowadays, we in September. September is supposed to be take a man on a date month.
oh no,
Traditional men don't do that.
Nah, most of these not traditional men. I consider myself a traditional man, but if it's if you want to take me out,
Nah, traditional man ain't letting no woman pay for their date. They not.
well, I guess I'm not traditional.
No, you're not. We know you not. We already got that evidence.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand that whole premise and shit when dudes like, yeah, my woman, can't make more than me and I need to pay. What the fuck? What kind of? How small is your ego or your dick that you have to control every aspect of the relationship? I don't get that. I mean, and women say they want equality. Okay, pay for that shit.
That's not necessarily a traditional woman, so we not talking about that.
Yeah, true. But I'm like,
Or traditional
all of the labels and all that's what really blows me. Be with somebody that makes you happy. You shouldn't have to put parameters on what type of relationship you're gonna have. Well, I'm gonna be with a man, but I want him to have traditional values.
We're about to do something, but now we have to transition to something else I want to talk about.
What that is?
That was the whole what Megan Thee Stallion was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Megan Thee Stallion said that she likes making men uncomfortable. But by the way, she talks about sex and stuff like that.
See, we were about to do something, but now we have to transition to
music.
But see, a real man isn't gonna get uncomfortable by you saying something about it.
No, what's going on in that situation is that Megan is young. Okay? And unfortunately, a lot of these young modern women, they like that shock value. They like the attention that they get from the shock value. It's not necessarily that, the men are scared. It's because she's being crass, she's being vulgar. And she likes the response that she gets from people for being crass and vulgar. And she's very young, and unfortunately she's young-minded. As she gets older, she'll realize that ain't where it's at. The type of man that she probably would want to have is not going to be the type of man that's going to deal with that nonsense. I mean, let's be real. She don't have the best track record in men.
I mean, she has a man now.
She doesn't have the best track record.
I mean, if she does it,
And we don't know how long this relationship is going to last and how it may end. Look at her one relationship with the little shorty Bebop who was shooting at her or whatever he was doing.
Tory Lanez.
Whatever he was doing.
I mean, she has a man.
He got mad and pulled a gun out and in the midst of an argument with her.
hence what I said about the folks that's not men are going to be offended or take whatever she
But
does.
I mean, she probably said something like, short motherfucker, you got little legs and a little dick.
Well, so you got a short man come, so he already got it. He
But
already
that's what
got
I'm
fuel in
saying.
the tank.
But he responded in a way that was appealing to her from the get-go.
Yeah.
If she's saying she likes that response, baby girl, you're not gonna get the type of man that you really think you want, but the type of man that's gonna do right by you.
I mean, I've been in that situation before where a female only thinks the way that you love her or to show affection is by you arguing or getting mad when she says something or do something that's supposed to get me out of my comfort zone.
Wants the dude to be uneasy.
That's cool. And that's why I'm an asshole, because once I know that, I'm gonna do the total opposite. That's why when I used to get in arguments, when the young ladies I was with used to try to argue with me, I would sit there, because I don't argue. No, I don't argue. I'd sit there and roll a blunt, let them yell, cuss and fuss, and call me all the names in the book. And then when they ran out of breath,
they were probably telling the truth, but go ahead.
There was some truth to some of it, not all of it. So after they finish ranting and raving, I look at them straight in the face and like, okay, now that you finished, can we have a conversation now? Or do you want to continue cussing and fussing? Because I'm not going to engage in that. And then young ladies would get mad at me. I'm like, so would you rather I sit in here cuss and fuss and say some stuff that's going to make you cry because I'm more of an asshole than you are? You're just saying stuff to get a reaction. I'm gonna say stuff to go for the jugular because I go for the win.
And then in a sense, that's kind of what Megan's doing. She's just saying stuff to get a reaction.
Yeah, but that reaction you get that you want isn't necessarily the reaction you're gonna get.
Right.
And that's the thing, like you say, with these younger folks, they think that if you do X, Y, Z, then I'm gonna do A, B, C. Like, nah. It don't work that way. I'm old school. Once I know your plan, I'm gonna do everything in the world to foil it for you, but I'm gonna let you see it right before it blows up in your face.
Has the woman ever intimidated you?
Yes, I have been intimidated one time, sexually, not in a relationship. She was a stripper, dog. She had a hell of a body, and I was just going over just to chill and smoke a J. I wasn't expecting to get none. No, for real, I was. I mean, I was attracted to her, but I knew I had to, had to finesse it. I don't think I was gonna get. Yeah, at least that night.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we go over the joint. She, got off work. She asked me to come over. Like, all right, we didn't chill before. Smoking the J. Normally I roll out and go home after she, walk her dog after we chill out. And she's like, why don't you stay the night? Okay, I can do that. Luckily I had my, my brothers with me, so I was like, okay, I'm ready. She came out the shower. Now I done seen her naked before on stage, but it was like different when she came out the shower. She came out naked, got in the bed. I'm sitting there looking at the joint like, hey. First time my bitch thought on some pussy, I was like 17.
You were 17.
Yeah, she was a stripper. I've been in the strip club since I was like 15.
How old was she?
She was like 24.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but she was mad. She was bad too.
Oh my god.
Not that night. I went back and a couple of years later.
Why are you 17 years old trying to spend the night at a 24-year-old's house? Explain that to me.
What? That was my life at that time. I was in the strip clubs at the age of 14.
Wow.
Something to do. Remember, I was playing ball. I was still getting decent grades. I was playing ball. I was,
What did your parents think you were?
Huh? Practice.
Not like you wasn't.
Coach worked us hard. Coach worked us hard. I was spending the night over Jimmy house. Nah, I mean, when I was grad, I was a senior, so I mean, like I was, junior.
You were still 17.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a November baby, so I mean.
What that mean?
You was still 17.
But I was mature for my age.
What? You ain't mature for your age now.
I regressed. I've always been in the older women, man. I've always hung out with older folks. It's, because I can't learn from somebody my same age.
Did she know your age?
Yeah. I told you, I can have.
So she was. I'm sorry. At 24, it was nothing.
I was mature for my age.
I don't care.
I had a good game. I told you.
I don't care.
All right, you got to work down them walls.
How old were you when you finally did it, that job?
I think I was 21. I think I turned like 21, 22. I caught her at another strip club.
She was still stripping?
And she ain't stripping no more, but she was stripping.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was only 4 years?
Only.
Yeah, some girls stayed in the game for like 10, 15 years. Hey man, I've been on both sides. I told you, man, I used to do a little macking and pipping back in the day. I had some.
You know what? We about to end this shit.
I had some strippers on payroll every Friday night. Ramada Inn, baby. 12 a.m.
What was going on at the Ramada Inn?
She said they was on payroll. That's all.
Bachelor party.
Oh my goodness.
Every week. My man ran the front door as long as we.
Okay, because Pep CP3 is coming on himself at this point.
I mean, they done tore it down now, so ain't no DNA or nothing.
What was going on?
We had a good time though.
I'm about to play a video. We out.
Because he about to get arrested.
They made money. We made money. Everybody was happy. Shit. The man at the door got his.
Oh my God,
Yo, we will be back in not next week, but the week after for the very special guest.
Everybody was legal.
Oh my. Yo, we will be back in next week with the week
Nigga, I came from the dirt like a five. Had to work on my hustle. Get where I'm at. I'm raw, so niggas gon' hate it. Niggas gon' love you. Think I can trust you. Nigga, I keep it shit. Nigga, I came from the dirt like a five. Had to work on my hustle. Had to work on my hustle. Get where I'm at. It took money to see you. Ice in my veins, the angel of niggas gon' love you. Some niggas gon' love you. Nigga, I won't trust you. But now I'm the one that look good too. Nigga, I came from the struggle. Came from the dirt like a puddle. Had to work on my hustle. To get where I'm at. It took money to see you. Ice in my veins, the angel of Russell. Niggas gon' hate it. Some niggas gon' love you. Nigga, I won't trust you. But now I'm the one that look good too. Gotta stay in the code. Dropping my head. Niggas gon' hate on the pose. But when you the lead, you go. I guess that's just how this shit goes. The angel of Russell. The ice in my face. The bed in my flows. My mom ain't trusting me. Can't trust these niggas. Not even the show. So I keep a watch just in case you want go. What do you do? I ain't like it in this bed. I'm really getting tired of addressing that shit. I'm at the top of the quest where I sit. The blows are too late. Yeah, you know I'm a 10. Every song dropping in the hit. Niggas that don't play. Telling me I'll be the dish. Put me on your track. I don't even exist. Just like Rich on me, I keep on this. I'm not get the back on no nigga. Get me out so they get like I got time with the friends. They think I'm setting the trend. Bitch, about that, I don't give me a man. They what you want, I just ran. I know you making this love on the end. They need to pretend. They get out of my thing, you fucking my friend. But it's too late, cause you wasn't got this. I don't got time for a man. I'm trying to buy me a Benz. Take me a house on the hill, I got time for no friends. They say I'm setting the trend. Bitch, in my bed, I don't need me a love. So niggas what you want, cause niggas gon' love you. I get this love on the head, no need to pretend. See that I'm on and you wanna be my friend. But it's too late, cause you wasn't back then. From the dirt like a fire. From the dirt like a fire. Had to work on my hustle. To get where I'm at. My veins, the angel of Russ. My niggas gon' hate it, some niggas gon' love you. All you niggas gon' trust you. Nigga, I'm the one that look good. Nigga, I'm the one that look good. Nigga, I came from the struggle. Came from the dirt like a puddle. Had to work hard, had to hustle. To get where I'm at, it must. Ice in my veins, the angel of Russell. Niggas gon' hate it, some niggas gon' love you. All you think I would trust you. But now I'm the one that look good too. I write a beat, then I follow you this shit. Then I do it, but y'all niggas cold. Can't trust you niggas, and none of you hoes. With money involved, they gon' switch on they roll. Give me a poke, cause I heard niggas flying. Shooters on the road, cause I know they been watched. Move out the move, I know they gon' cry. All in the pain, like who gon' stop? I'm at the top of the shit. I ball like Jordan, don't need no assist. The jumping too wet with the flick of a wrist. Jug on the song, so you know it's a hit. Pass me the ball, then you know it's a win. Hard in the pain, I'ma keep going in. Feel like the greatest, I'ma keep going in. I'ma keep going in. How can I lose? I was destined for this. The flow is too cold, yeah, I'm destined to win. Flow off the top, I don't need me a pen. The love is too fake, I don't need me no friend. Chasing the bag, trying to count up the dead. They say that it's hate, but it's love in the end. Murder the beat, then I hop in the bench. Murder the beat, then I'm grinding